Mysuru is famous for its majestic palaces, vibrant festivals like Dasara, intricate handicrafts, and flavorable cuisine.
However, in recent times, Mysuru has been making strides in various sectors like information technology, education and research, tourism, culture and arts, sustainable development, propelling it onto the global stage.
Nama Mysuru, a canvas of history, a tapestry of dreams.
A warm greetings to all the distinguished invitees for the Excels of TGS 2024 Curtain Riser.
Mysuru to the world encapsulates the narrative of how Mysuru, a city in the southern part of India, has escalated its geographical boundaries to make its mark globally.
Before we dive into the main Curtain Riser event, my name is Kishan.
I am Vidya Patel,
the hosts for today. Now, I invite Dr. Mahesh Rao, President TiE Mysuru, to welcome the August gathering.
Good evening. I'm not able to hear you. Good evening. Good. That means that there is some energy in the room and it's not dead. I love that. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed members of TiE, today's chief guest, Mr. Arunachalam Muruganathan. Today's special guest, my dear friends, Dr. Alok Gupta, Dr. Jagannath Shenoy, Dr. Raghavendra Pai, Mr. R.G. Singh, Dr. N.V. Krishnamurthy, Mr. Adarsh Sudhindra, Dr. Chaitra Narayan, Mr. Vinay Babu, and the TiE Global Trustee, Madan Padiki, and representing TiE Bangalore Board, and charter members, and my friends, and my dear friend Sanjeev Kumar Gupta. I don't see him, but I hope he is here. CEO of KDM, Mr. Ganapati, Star of Mysuru, he's on his way here, and the guests who have arrived here to this venue today. Welcome to the Curtain Raiser program of TiE Mysuru. To celebrate the Festival of Entrepreneurship through the TiE Global Summit 2024 to be held in Bangalore and Mysuru. More about this later. There is a huge team from Bangalore who are here to talk about it. It is with great pleasure and enthusiasm that I welcome each and every one of you to this gathering of minds, innovation, and entrepreneurship. We embark on a journey that celebrates the spirit of entrepreneurship, collaboration, and growth. TiE has always been at the forefront of fostering entrepreneurship, nurturing groundbreaking ideas, and building networks that transcend boundaries. TiE today is in 14 countries with 60 plus chapters all around the world. Today, as we convene in this August gathering here in Mysuru, we reaffirm our commitment to these core values and chart a course for even greater achievements. In this rapidly evolving landscape of business and technology, the need for cohesive communities like TiE has never been more pronounced. Our collective wisdom, experience, and resources serve as pillars of support for budding entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals alike, propelling them towards success in the face of challenges and uncertainties in this new world and the world order. As we delve into the discussions and exchanges that lie ahead in today, let us remember the power of synergy, the power that arises when brilliant minds converge, collaborate, and innovate together. Let us seize this opportunity to forge new connections, share insights, inspire one another to reach greater heights. I urge each of you to actively participate, engage wholeheartedly, and contribute your unique perspective to this tapestry of ideas that will unfold and change our times. Together, let us harness the boundless potential within our collective and pave the way for future defined by innovation, prosperity, and lasting impact. Once again, a warm welcome to each and every one of you to this TiE Global Summit curtain raiser here in Mysuru on this day, 20th April 2024. Let us embark on this journey together, fueled by passion, driven by purpose, and guided by unwavering spirit of entrepreneurship. Thank you. Jai Hind.
And now I invite board members of TiE Mysuru and distinguished personalities for the day, Mr. Arunachalam Muruganandam and Mr. Madan Padaki, to inaugurate the event by lighting the lamp.
Shubham kurutvam kalyanam arogyam dhanasampada shatru buddhi vinashaya deepajyotir namostute deepajyotir namostute deepajyotir parabrahma deepajyotir janardanah deepajyotir parabrahma deepajyotir janardanah deepo hartu me papam sandhya deepa namostute o deepa brahma rupasvam jyotisham prabhuravyayah o deepa brahma rupasvam jyotisham prabhuravyayah arogyam dehi putraksha matim swachhami me sada.
Thank you so much, everyone, for inaugurating the occasion. Each one of us bring a unique perspective, a wealth of experience, and unwavering commitment to driving a positive change in our respective fields.
As we gather here, united by our shared passion and curiosity to hear the keynote address, I invite Mr. Mukund Prasad, Charter Member TiE Mysuru, to introduce the keynote speaker.
Divya, thanks Vidya, thanks Kishan. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, children and teenagers too. It's great to see all of you also in this room. On behalf of TiE Mysuru, it's my honor to introduce the keynote speaker for TiE Global Summit curtain raiser, Padma Shri Arunachalam Muruganathan. Padma Shri Arunachalam is someone whose action speaks far louder than his words. And his words and his actions have been recognized by a number of institutions, starting from the Government of India, leading academic institutions like MIT, IIT, IIMs, Harvard, etc. And also, they have been immortalized on the silver screen by a leading Bollywood actor. As I considered how I can sort of set and give an introduction to such a gentleman, I felt that I should contextualize it in the spirit of entrepreneurship that we are all here for, and more specifically from the context of social entrepreneurship. So from an entrepreneurial perspective, I would just like to focus on three things without getting into details. Number one was the way in which Padma Shri Arunachalam actually went about achieving product market fit for a product whose target market is probably about 20-25% of the human population on Earth. And the way he went about his journey in achieving that fit is something which all of us as entrepreneurs can learn a lot from. That's number one. Number two is the way he decided to get into backward integration, to do something which is core to him and which need not be core to everyone else. And he decided what is core to him was to ensure that his model was adopted at scale and generated livelihoods in a sustainable manner for women across the world. And I think that is something which shows the power of conviction which he has in being able to take his model of work across the world. And finally, number three, which is for me the way I look at it as something which is most important, because I have been in the social entrepreneurship and impact investing space for almost close to a decade. As you would know, in this space, there are two currencies that we always talk about. One is a currency which we all are aware of, dollars, euros, yens, etc., INRs. But there's also an impact currency. And I think Padma Shri Arunachalam has focused exclusively on the impact currency without focusing so much on the capital currency. And I think that is, again, something which is a lot to admire about. So I'll just take a pause here and request Padma Shri Arunachalam to grace the dais and share his thoughts with us. Please welcome, sir.
You thinking I'm mad, but mad only becoming famous.
Oh, ठाए ठाए ना गोली मारे ठाए ठाए ना एंट्री मारे slow motion में हड्डी तोड़े ना.
Big man, strong man, not making country strong.
So good evening everyone. So I'm not going to preach or something. It is a discussion with your friend, elderly friend, what I did, why I did, what I'm doing now. Something I want to elaborate with TiE members. Because I know about TiE power across globe. I'm also a TiE member in Coimbatore. I move around the entire TiEs across world, from Spain to US, everywhere. So today I want to discuss the topic called Beyond Marketing. Without marketing, from Coimbatore to world, you can change the Coimbatore to Mysuru or Chikbalapur, anything. So without having a stupid marketing manager in my company, I spread across India, all union territories, and 41 other countries. So what the magic I did, that what I want to speak for another 30 minutes. So I'm also a doctorate, and they forgot to mention, I got a doctorate recently. So this is shop managers in Hyderabad for the Kishore Bhayanis, that chain of stores. Now he is no more. No more means not in business. Because suddenly you will check your mobile something. Because more I say, somebody is urgently putting Bhayanis no more, then I am in problem. So why I am saying, I made this presentation almost 15 years ago. All the slides are 15 years old. Only new slide will add, no words, nothing. Only I will voice over across the slide. What I want to say, I am here, the presentation here, but many billionaires are vanished into thin air. But I am here. So what is the secret I want to discuss? Not only him, Anil, then Nirav Modi, this Modi, that Modi, and a lot of people. Recently the Baiju, I don't know but so the secret how I become fame, what that money, what everything I got, very simple thing. Because I recently, the Time magazine of New York, they selected me one among the 100 most influential people across the globe. Then I was there in New York. I am begging them on what criteria have selected me. There is Bill Gates, there is the president of many nations, but they won't give the answer like in one word. Because if you do something simple, people will not interested. That's what the West always complicated. Even the simple thing, even to take that water bottle from here to there, they will make a team. These that don't touch it, and sanitizer, and my God, this is horrible. Then they call the team. They around 13 to 14 A4 sheets. They told this and that. I summarize. I converted a social problem into successful livelihood. That's why I am sharing my dais with Obama and all. So what is that social problem I converted into livelihood means? 90% of women in India are not using sanitary pads. While using the slide, the same slide in Bangalore or Mysuru or Mumbai, Delhi, nothing will happen. But at the same slide I am using in London or in Tokyo, the women in the hall used to say, oh my God, that's bush. Because what happened, women or girls in the hall, even I am saying this, nothing will happen. Because okay, the poor woman or girls are not using, maybe they will use a rag cloth. But in West, they are not even able to imagine how the women in India, they are able to manage their periods without using a menstrual thing. That's why they are telling. So don't think the other 90% women are using rag cloth something. In my experience, I saw many part of India, what they are using? This. Sawdust, dry tree leaves, old newspaper, ash. That's what I met Miles Amisar in same Bangalore. As Muruga, India is trying to send women to moon. I laugh, oh my God, first you give sand repair to each and every woman in India, then we will send our women to moon, Mars, everywhere, I told. So while I'm showing this and discussing, don't think I'm a doctor or something, medical personality, nothing. I'm a school dropout. My father is a handloom weaver. I born in down south of Coimbatore in a small village. Suddenly my father died in a road accident. My mother took take care of the family. She is a housewife, that's why she joined in a nearby farm for 10 rupees or 12 rupees per day wages. Out of which, she is trying to make me as a police officer. I am having 2 younger sisters. One sister into doctor, another sister into collector. Why? Because my mother used to see a lot of Tamil movies acted by Vaijantis and Batmanis. In screens, the heroines do all the magics. But being a small boy, I understood only Vaijantis can do the magic, not by my mother Vanita. That's why one day under the neem tree with the accompany of shepherd boy, later it will help me in marketing. I'm comparing shepherd boy and marketing manager. Okay. Then from tomorrow I'm not going to school. It is a very important decision I took in my life. Is after I asked by Times of Washington, this, that, I told, bro, what is the important decision you took for all the changes you did? I told, one day I decided from tomorrow I'm not going to school in Indian education system. That's an important day. Then I joined in a small workshop as a workshop helper. Then I learned welding. Then I became a welder. The moment you become a welder and I open my small welding workshop, I become a Malik, age around 25. What is next? Even you are liking it or not, even you know about this risky thing, everything. I also married one day. It is arranged marriage. So I know it is risky, but everyone go through it. It's very interesting, you know. Now many people have become single. I told it is not interesting. Go through it. It's very interesting. And you know, it is not really adventure you want to enjoy. Please marry, I told. Muruga, they will call Muruga, Anna, are you serious? Can I marry that boy? Marry this adventure. Don't go and bumpy jump, gimpy jump. This, marry the boy. You will get adventure. Every day, every morning, every afternoon become adventure if you marry. Then if you have 2-3 kids and you know mother-in-law, daughter-in-law, this law, that law, it is more adventurable. That's why I done more than I am. If you want to learn management, please live in a joint family. That too a married man. So without a formal MBA, I am managing my wife and mother at the same house for 27 successful years. No, I am degree. So it is very difficult, don't think. Because management is not like, you know, ordering, you come here, do this. No. It is, you know, see these fingers given by God, how flexible is it? So flexibility is called management. Adjustable is called management. From my childhood, I learned adjustment. If I like puris, before I'm taking bath and coming to the kitchen, my brothers will finish all the puris. I adjust with Vanita's upma made urgently. This adjustment I learned from my childhood. That's what I'm able to adjust. Even in Indian culture, even I'm doing in Pakistan, Afghanistan, all cons. Because adjust the upma adjustment. It will elaborate. Then, being a newly married guy, you know, it's a brand new wife at my home. So, you know, what is even you go back to your early marriage, what you did? The important job, if you become a newly married guy, impressing the new wife. To impress my new wife, I used to give 5 rupees plastic pendant, 10 rupees glass bangles. Not giving in direct, I used to gift wrap. Then I say, close your eyes, Santi, turn left, turn right. This way I'm giving a value addiction for small gift. So many times, nowadays, only packing is very fine. If you open, oh my God, inside the product is nasty. It is called lattice. They are coming from IM, A, B, C, D, open that like that. Then, one day I saw Santi something carrying behind her. The purpose is to hide me. Then I thought she's playing with me. Because only the noon time is free time, no elderly people in there. That's why I wait for noon time, not even for the night time. Okay. Then I saw a nasty rag cloth with a blood stain. I don't even use the cloth to clean my this, that. Then I asked, because I born with the 2 younger sisters, they are all attend puberty. I saw the same blood stain cloth in the open attached toilet backside of my home. The same thing now I'm seeing on the wife hand, and I understood something happening on women's body, they are doing something. Then I asked, there is some product in shop, rich women are using that, why you are not using that? Shanti says, I also know about that, but myself, your sister, all women at our family start using it. We have to cut our family milk budget. See the answer I got. I am asking about why you are not adopting proper menstrual hygiene. She said, we have to cut our family milk budget. Then on a particular day, I got one idea. Because on the dais, I always speak truth. Because Rav is given dais, I can do anything, this, that, I am only the God. Nobody in the hall, you can do it. On a particular day, after seeing the rag cloth on my wife's hand, I got only one idea. Why not offer a gift, sanitary pad packet as a gift to my brand new wife? Then I took my cycle and ride for 14 kilometers to the nearby town. I'm asking the shopkeeper, sanitary pad packet. They're asking brand name, who knows brand and all. I just point out the packet inside the glass showcase. He took the packet, he never handed out me like other product. He placed an old newspaper, he wrapped it. He looks left and right, he handed out me like a smuggling product. I never asked for condom. If I ask for condom, they will do that. Because in village, we buy condom only after 9 o'clock. That way we don't go to medical shop, we will stay nearby the medical shop out. We don't have any connection with medical shop. Nobody will jump. They want condom. So these are all giving prestige, no? What you... Then I took the packet, again I decorated the packet. I think she is going to admire, my God, what husband I got. You see the depth of thinking is, what happened is opposite. The moment to open the packet, Shanti saw the price of the packet, 66 rupees. She shouted at me, oh my God, you return the packet, buy 3 kilogram rice, 3 liter of cooking oil. I'm comparing the sanitary packet and this on 25 years ago. And who will take back the packet? That too a sanitary packet. I kept in my workshop. Then one day I want to know what is inside. See that many big things will happen in small way. You saw the girl, you laughed, your life is finished. Simple thing, I never thought you were going to finish. You saw the boy, you start with a small laugh. My God. Then I opened the packet, I took out the sanitary pad, an 8-inch length, a bandage-like a thing with white substance, weighing around 10 grams. Earlier I told I am a son of a handloom weaver, like a president's son. That means I am having a connection with cotton, yarn and all. This is called domain knowledge. Now so many startup stupids are doing many things without domain knowledge. It is absurd, my God. Since you are getting money without domain, first I say, who are you to talk about law? So I am an advocate. Okay, please, continue. Because in India, everybody is a master of all subjects. They will talk astronomy, they will talk astrology, they will talk medicine. Because now these are all there, no? Anybody can talk anything with this if you have a good connection, 5G. Okay. Then I thought 10 gram raw material cost, if it is inside sanitary pad, it is 8 naya paise in 1998, but I bought the pad per pad 12 rupees. That and hunch thought, why not try to make an affordable pad for my TiE? That's it. The real research started. I went to a nearby mill called Lakshmi Mill. They're running mill for 125 years. I bought the cotton web. I made napkin, similar napkin you saw with Akshay in 2 days. But where can you check? If you do something, nut, bolt, these things, machinery, you can check in our shop. Now I'm entering into women domain. You need a women volunteer. The only available victim or choice is my wife. Then I hand out the 2 napkin with gift wrap. Then I'm like giving a chocolate, I'm asking, eat it and give the feedback like that. Shanti said, no, you have to wait for a month. Then only you came to know it is happening monthly once. I never bothered to say here because many men, they become a president of a nation. No, this, that, but they don't know what is happening to the partner's body. Luckily, I came to everything on early marriage days. Then I waited. After 2 weeks, I think, one day I got the feedback to my sanitary pad. Shanti giving a ruthless feedback. What napkin you gave to me, it is useless. I am going to back my rag cloth using method. It is beautiful. That makes me go into further research because the cotton used in the napkin is superior in Coimbatore from Lakshmi Mills. Then I try with various napkin, making sanitary pad, giving to Shanti, waiting for a month. This is a time-taking process. That's what I catches my younger sister. But this is the first time in the world a brother is talking to sisters about women menstruation in a small 10 by 10 room, every room in my home. Every rooms are, all the gods are hanged in the wall. I told in London, we used to hang our God. Why you are hanging your God? No, it is framed and hanged, Shiva, Muruga. Whenever I talk about menstruation, either Muruga or watch or Shiva will watch. Or when Anjane watch, everybody will become very angry in front of Anjane. Then I get through, then one day they warned me, if you are going on, do this, then we will tell to my mother. Then my mother knows me, she become Calcutta Bhadragali. Then no one can, it will take 2-3 days to calm down. It's very expensive also. I have to buy masala dosa from top, these, that, it makes nice. Then I don't want to drop the research. I am trying to get women volunteers. Then I catch medical college students. There also same problem. That future doctor also having hesitation to talk about personal thing with the unknown person. That's why I got an idea. Why not try to collect used fads from the girls? One day I gave the idea to a particular girl because I'm the first Amazon. I used to give napkins, whether it is good or not, they started using because I'm door delivering the Santipad 28 days ago from 40 kilometers to the medical college. That's what they're using. Then I told Lakshmi, after using Santipad, you are throwing here and there. Instead of that, why not you put in the bin? Okay, now later I will come and collect the bin. She ran away from me. I never forget. But they agreed. Then I took the first used napkin bin like a treasure in my two-wheeler. I spread all the used napkin. In between, you give the company napkin also to the girl, to my napkin. I want to check what happened to my napkin and company napkin. One fine Sunday. So in between what happened, I never told I'm using medical college to my family. That makes a small problem. One day Santi is serving lunch. She is like simply crying. I'm going to ask one thing, don't mistake me. Many friends are talking, the whole village is talking. I said, go ahead. Now, many friends, they are telling you are roaming with medical college girls. So these are all extra fitting only to talk in TiE Mysuru. Otherwise, I'm very comfortable with dhoti and white shirt. I don't have any power. It's only to give impact, boost up. Otherwise, in the airport, they will put Arnab board placard. If you go there, Jao. I'm waiting, Arnab. I'm promising. So this glass and this, IIG. People are looking only the looks. What can I do? Then she left because she never convinced. She told, I'm getting bored. I want to go to my family for a few weeks. I dropped her at my mother-in-law home. She never come back. After 1.5 months, I got a divorce notice. After 1.5 months, but I never shocked. That's the first accolade I got for the research. Then my mother is with me, no problem for Kana. That's what I'm saying, gentlemen, please keep your mother standby. It's always safe. Or you have to cook. Okay. Then the standby mother is there. Then now I'm taking used napkin to home. Before Corona, I'm closing my nose with handkerchief. I'm going close to the used napkin of the girls. What happened to my napkin, company napkin? I never thought my mother is coming by. It is a Sunday. Because we used to raise country chicken. We will catch one chicken on Sunday, cut the head, and eat. We never bought broiler. I hate broiler from my childhood. The moment come and saw the substance, she started crying. Somebody did on my son something. He became totally mad. She left instantly, taking her whole belongings. So already in village, there is a problem because while in between family women and catching that medical college woman, I tried to use napkin on myself. I used a Santipad with artificial uterus in a rubber bladder. I filled goat blood. I tied here, walking and cycling. That makes me stain on my dhotis. That's also rumor in my village. So finally, mother also left. The village come out the clear-cut idea. The bad demon entered into my body. I am becoming vampire in evening, drinking girl's blood. That's what they want to chase out me from the village, or they want to take the bad demon from my body by hanging myself upside down in a holy tree. That means killing, life sentence. That's finished. When they hanging down, they put all neem, this smoke. You will definitely die. Then I ran away from my village. From day one, it took 2.5 years. Then I decode what is the raw material. Even after decoding the secret, you need this multi-million-dollar machine to process the raw material. So what the school drop Muruga did unknowingly, I rubbed my shoulder with Procter & Gamble. and Unilever, unknowingly. Even after I know, I never bothered, I rub. See, before you are in child, you are doing many things without fear. But you are having fear. After that, you don't have fear means you have a clear-cut idea of what you are doing. The fear is no more at all. You have doubt, you have fear. This is simple logic. So whenever I mentor, I'll check, Muruga, we are going to draw a check for $1 million. Please come and check. I'll check, please, Kara, I'm seeing fear in the boy. You don't have clarity on the project, I tell. So if anyone having clarity 100%, there is no fear at all. Please know it. Then I spend another 8.5 years. I am applying this simple method, only method given by God, even for your marriage life. It is trial and error method. You never come out from Harvard, Stanford, any Ford. If you are trying to do something new, the only method is given by God is trial and error method. I did on my own money in my own place. I am openly saying in TiE Mysuru, I did my innovation on trial and error method. But the same thing, if you are doing with other people's money or corporate money, government money, you won't agree. That's why the world coined a beautiful word. What do you know? This. The stupid word makes the whole century, 2 century criminally wasted. No newcomer is coming. Youth, the moment I saw, oh my God, kya? Research and all, my God, na, ye kalam ke na? You stupid thought, put thought of part upar R&D, direct correct become this. That's why I told, remove R&D, I told many times. Remove the stupid word to build. Because if you do this, you cannot build, but you can build with this. Okay. Then from day one, after 9.5 years, the child, the machine born. This is purposely made into simple. That's why it took longer time. But nobody will going to understand because you are all educated. That too, Lord Macaulay system. No one going to understand what I am talking. To make it simple from day one, I took longer time. If you are seeing a problem, you want to solve the problem, your solution should be simpler than problem. That is called solution. If you make further problem, it is not a solution. It is illusion. I don't know. Okay. Then now the machines are there. I am making that, using the machine. I am applying the same raw material used by P&G and big companies. I am giving the napkin to the medical college 4th batch girls. I am getting a feedback one day. Those days, the Indian girls have started driving gearless scooter. Not even self-starter, gearless. I met a girl, I am asking about beautiful scooter, nice color. Bhuvana, that napkin. Anna, I am using your napkin, I forget. See, note the feedback. I am using your napkin, I forget. The girl is forgetting, even she is on period. It is a Uraga day for me. And I no need to go any lab. I am getting a feedback from a girl. I forget, Anna. So that's why. Then you need some certification, then or that IPRS, then saying that the only thing, something is mechanical, only Lord Labakdas is IIT. Where I first time is saying man with French bird, they never wear full pant or half pant up to this Bermudas, no socks, Nike shoes. They're speaking English with whole body. Hi, boy. Because this English I'm speaking only for 9 years. Then it's a very big hall like this. Dismantle all the machine, 5-6 engineers. They are asking about all things. Again, I'm saying, I joined from my childhood. I'm working in a small workshop. That is my domain knowledge. Domain knowledge. Not some people appoint this guy, chase the guy for 33 crore per annum, this time, no. Even no, I don't want to. I think in the night, tomorrow it become a pots. I destroy it. Under time, I redo it. No one can do it. So if you appoint something, what do you call it is, I'll come out. Then the engineers are asking why you are using this blade, why this degree. I'm explaining this is a carbon steel, everything explained. Then finally agreed, this is an innovation. So by the time there is a competition happened in IIT of Chennai, best innovation for betterment of society. This got first prize. The first accolade from IIT for mechanical this. But only problem, the 6 engineers go away from me. They started criticizing why this guy took his life into risk. He made this simple machine. What is going to do with this machine? Beautiful question, na? Because other side is minimum 140 billions, not even 100. Unilever, Procter & Gamble, 2 towers. Later I saw in West. Let us, but many times you are having a project, but you are unable to convince your venture capitalist or angel capitalist, angel capitalist, or your daughter-in-law, mother-in-law, or your wife, finally, your girlfriend. What I'm saying, show the world a small practical success. The world will shut his mouth. That's why I took my first mission not from Chennai to Coimbatore to Madhubani in Bihar. Volume. So this is the world first localized or decentralized manufacturing. So what way of comparing never borrows the big guys. They are all macro and centralized with $1 billion. There is no penetration in India, marketing penetration, not even 10% are using. There is a huge scope of 90% can use and localize making and selling. I don't know about the words, but I know because of domain knowledge. That's why one-man army, I set up, I try to make the napkin, I brand it and make them success. Then I'll connect with the bank or something, I will take back the money. You can see the movie, the Akshay will do this. How the startup guys, you will wait such thing. Giving the machine with your money and make them success, then bridging between the bank or financial institution, taking back. This way I did 4 or 5 years. My stakeholders are, see this poor woman. These women are called by Naxals and Maoists. Only their brothers and fathers, uncles, husbands are having gun. These women are eating only good food once in a year, only in festival days. I took the machine on donkey's back in 10 hours from Dehradun. See the backyard. So even you are having cancer, go and stay there. Walk with the tribal way with the tribals. In 6 months you will get 6 packs here and the cancer will cure. So what I want to say, to reach this place, Procter & Gamble will take another 20 years. Muruga is already there. This is called rural marketing. Okay. Then, in schools, girls have started, you connect with your project. So don't fix in sand and napkin. While I'm narrating, you have some idea, you connect. The girls started making napkin while they're studying. This is the first model, by the woman, this one model. And later I met my friend, he knows all the things. I'm showing that the hilltop, so. And I got the best engineering innovation award from Pratibha Patil madam as a president. First I got IIT award, best engineering innovation for the machine with Pratibha Patil madam. So anyone in the hall, definitely you have ideas, something this, then you make it into service or a product, then you will name it a brand. Finally you come for retailing. I don't know for how many centuries world will doing. It is a multi-billion-dollar activity. If you want to make a particular brand in at least only in India, you need $1 billion. Earlier it is only television, radio. Now, oh my God, in where you are going to do this? So retailing. Then suddenly Jack Ma's and Jeff Bezos are making lot of noise on e-tailing. This also became a $1 billion activity. But how Muruga sustaining without a simple code and this 5 rupees, 500 rupees glass with the retailing giants and e-tailing giants? My model is detailing. That's what whenever I'm seeing my lecturer or teacher, I'm bowing down like anything, I'm showing my complete respects. Detailing is the toughest job in the world. While doctor asking a question with your father or mother, daddy, I'm having a doubt. If you have a board or something, you're not answering, you're going to end up with a failure mother or a failure father. Because whenever you get a chance to, because I'm happy, I'm not here speaking, I'm detailing how I did, what I did this. I love detailing. No appointed person will do in your company. I challenge, they will do not even 3 times. That's what I told with Kishore Bayani. Even you are giving 100 feature in your product, they are not going to tell, not even they are told, show the product. This is a problem. Detailing is the biggest problem. Okay. In 5 minutes. Magesh, I take time now? 10 minutes. So detailing means why the penetration is not happened, not because of first 2A, availability or affordability. Awareness is missing. To make awareness on menstrual hygiene, you need to speak one-to-one, not the stupid advertisement given by big corporates. A girl wearing a white tight jeans, running behind a small dog. She jumped over a compound wall on period days. I told you what a nonsense advertisement giving. Now they never given this ad. They are very well, they are having brave to talk about menstrual hygiene importance because of Muruga. Okay. Out of detailing through women to women, we created around 1,343 local brands. It will take time. Why I made this? Why I never formed company on myself? These are all strategy. Because you are having a 100% good product, you are a perfect gentleman, even though you are not going to succeed unless or else you are having a fantastic strategy around the business. Strategy makes sustain. Like a military. Strategy means it is a word for military. But business also it is a military. Anytime you can attack by your competitor, local government, local council, anything. So the strategy is very important. Cumulatively, these 1,343 brands are now making $1.7 billion revenue. That's why I surrounded by a lot of eagles, big companies. This is Paul Polman, CEO of Unilever. And this Sanjay Mehta, black coat, is CEO of Hindustan Unilever, handling 7 countries from Mumbai. Finally, Muruga is in middle. Well, they are not fools. Why? Because now there are a lot of companies started from, first word jet, why Jato, Yota, Gato, my God, the company start from jet and why I love my God. What is the first word of a new company? It's jet. We'll wait for another 10 years, then we'll see. Okay. Then why they are standing in left and right? So now many businesses are parasite model of doing things. Even they are valued for 100 billion. They need something to, it's a parasite model of doing things. In this situation, Muruga is making sanitary pad, making machine in iron. It's a rock solid. On this machine is making sanitary pad. The women going to menstruate for another 1,000 years. It's a rock solid business. That's why I'm standing in middle. I'm an item girl. Okay. I know. Moving at least 100 billion. Goldman Sachs, Brassman Sachs, Aluminium Sachs, so many rocket column, this column, aluminum, cement column, my God, I don't know, so many companies. Only 3 Indians, Sam and Ajay from MasterCard. I'm not outdated, it's the latest picture, on his invitation. Don't mistake me, it's entrepreneurship. His office never closed for last 7 years, such a team he is having. I offered a big painting. He is a king and wife is Rani. There are a lot of meaning on that. Okay. And this is the most influenced people award. I told Time magazine. They called me 4 people started from India: Arvind Kejriwal, Arvind Rai, our President Modi, and myself. I thought somebody will come, I can manage, but all are option. I am representing India on red carpet. I am walking like Aishwarya Rai with 2 assistants. So this is here. This is simple press. This is elite press, like ordinary rose, masala rose. There also, they took me to the first floor. Then they are bombarding me question because they never bother. You are time-honored man, so they are asking, "What do you think about Putin?" If I tell anything come on Putin, finish. Then do you think Modi is other Putin? Again, if I answer, I go Delhi, they'll push. Then what do you think that the decision you took on Sri Lanka? I can't say go and ask Manmohan Singh. This night already 11:55. Then I'm managing. One girl is raising hands, sir. Only 1 minute, only one question, please. Then the girl come to near me. She is asking by exactly 12 o'clock in Manhattan, why modeling is not picking up in India. Instantly I said, Santi is not interested. It's a very elite road, so I bother about other 96 over there, but on CCTV they come continuously, they show who I am, what I did, something. That's what is not become a problem. The measurable social more than 110,000 women got livelihood, and it became a feeling. Again, the Fortune magazine put a list of 50 great leaders, something. Every time, at least they will always the number first 50 Fortune magazine, something they'll put. See this. This is Santi. I will tell, we reunited after 7 years. I will tell, now there is Preeti Sri. Suppose she is studying in college, she is now 10. Because of separation, machine come first, daughter came next. So more than 85 million women should from unhygiene method. This it's clear that everything you have to clear where you are traveling. So Mysuru, Leto, where I am going, what I am doing, who is my competitors, everything. It should be every 5 minutes you update. Like fragmentation, doing something, you will update. So don't think I'm clear, sir. When last time, 15 days ago, you stupid, I'm asking about yes, last minute are you clear or not? Clarity every second, updating. So not only this, more than 106 developing nations accessing this, and this is called Pink Revolution. We are already present in all these countries. See this name. And that's why this is called Beyond Marketing, truly made in India without a marketing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Muruga, for detailing us that social values are permanent. So please. Now I request Mr. Pawan Ranga, Board Member TiE Mysuru, to felicitate Mr. Muruga on behalf of TiE Mysuru. A big round of applause to Mr. Muruga.
Thank you, sir.
Greatest achievement is to outperform yourself. A statement is what I found to be the best to proceed with the lifetime achievement to the most distinguished personalities Mysuru could get.
I request Team Abhinava to play the AV of the first inductee of Lifetime Achievement. request Mr. Ajit Pai, Board Member TiE Mysuru, to introduce Dr. Jagannath Shanai through his citation.
It's indeed my honor to read out the citation for Dr. Jagannath Shanai here. We, the board members of TiE Mysuru, are delighted to present to you the Lifetime Achievement Award on the occasion of the TiE Global Summit curtain raiser on this 20th day of April 2024. Soft-spoken, kind and humble to a fault, Dr. Jagannath Shanai, you are a person molded differently. Unaffected by the vast empire you supervise or the challenges you have had to face, being at the helm of Mysuru's iconic Mangalore Ganesh BDs, your business acumen is unparalleled, philanthropy legendary, and your contribution to Mysore invaluable. Hidden behind that calm demeanor is a man who became the head of this large company at a young age of 21 years and successfully navigated and led the company in an industry vulnerable to changes in government policies, regulations, and growing health concerns. Your awareness, your contribution to Mysuru in particular, and the business community in general is immense. Over the years, the astute businessman that you are known as, you diversified your business interests, keeping pace with changing times and creating employment opportunities for thousands of people across India, empowering women in rural India to be financially independent and earn a livelihood. We take with us what we give. This life's principle forms the cornerstone of all your philanthropic actions. A socially conscious entrepreneur, your philanthropy, sir, is legendary. An avid music connoisseur, you have established perfect rhythm between the demands of a challenging business and needs of society, like a conductor directing an opera. The honorary doctoral degree conferred to you for your philanthropy and social service by Sri Lanka Open University stands testimony to the actions of a deeply religious man set in old school values. In the area of education, you are the chairman of GSSS, Institute of Engineering and Technology for Women. You also manage the Govindrao Memorial School in Mysore, offering education from nursery to SSLC. Recognizing your unflinching commitment and continuing the humanitarian legacy by your father and grandfather, and taking it to even greater heights, you were bestowed the title of Manav Ratna by the Rotary Club of Mysore West. Simply put, it is an understatement to say that you donated liberally to various social activities and causes. Dr. Jagannath Shanai, you are truly a visionary leader who has stood the test of time, nurtured people, built institutions, and established communities, the impact of which will last far beyond our lifetimes. We are truly honored to present this award to you. You are indeed a valuable citizen of Mysuru.
Now I invite board members of TiE Mysuru and Dr. Arunachalam Muruganantham kindly to do the honors of felicitating Dr. Jagannath Shanai.
I request the entire gathering to make a standing ovation to owe our respect to Dr. Jagannath Shanai for his immense contribution to Namma Mysuru and to the rest of the world. I request Mrs. Jagannath Shanai to be on the dais for a photo, madam, please. A big round of applause to the couples.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am proudly honored and deeply humbled to stand before you today to accept the Lifetime Achievement Award. This recognition is not just a reflection of my personal journey, but it is a witness to the enduring spirit of community and service that has been cornerstone of Mangalore Ganesh Pidi works and indeed a legacy passed down through generation in my family. From my grandfather, Sri Bantwal Madhav Shenai, to my father, M. Govindrao, to church philanthropy and responsibility towards the social welfare was handed to me, not just as a legacy but as a mission. This mission shaped not only the way of our business operated, but also how we as a family viewed our role in society. I stand here because of the value of installed in me, my parents, and unwavering the support of my wife Kusuma, and the love and the respect of my children, and the extended my family who have been my strength. Taking over the reign of our family business in 1995 was a crucial moment in my life. It was not just about business management, it was about unholding the trust placed in me by our employees, our community, and our partners. We ventured beyond the traditional scopes of business to touch lives through different, inevitable through our activities involvement in educational and health projects. The work we do is not measuring merely by the financial statements, but by a smile we bring faces, the opportunities we create, and the lives we transform. Being recognized today is a reminder of the responsibilities that I lie ahead and ongoing journey of service. I dedicated this award every individual who has been part of our journey, to every hand that has contributed to our success, and every life we have managed to touch. I see this not a accumulation but as an inspiration guiding us towards the greater avenue of service and leadership. I extended my heartfelt congratulations to Alok Gupta on receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award. I wish him to good health and strength to continue his commendable service to society. I thank to committee TiE Gold Summit 2024, Dr. Mahesh Rao, Mr. Pawan Ranga, Mr. Ajit Pai, Mr. Sudev Dhananjay, Mr. Bhaskar Kaleli, and Nagendra Raj Srinivasan for this incredible honor, and to each one of you for your continuous support and belief in our mission. Let us continue to work together to make a meaningful impact on the world, guided by the principle of duty, compassion, and identity. Thank you once again for this great honor and for the opportunity to serve. Thank you for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Team Abhinava to play the AV content of the second inductee in the Lifetime Achievement Award. Rakesh Babu again to escort Dr. Alok Gupta onto the dais, please. I request Mr. Nagarajan Srinivasan, Board Member TiE Mysuru, to introduce Dr. Alok Gupta through his citation.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's my absolute honor, privilege to introduce Dr. Alok Gupta. Padman sitting out here, he compared R&D to trial and error. Our Alok Gupta here is all about R&D. So, and they were sitting right next to each other, so I'm sure you will have a very interesting comparison of notes after the event ends. Dr. Alok Gupta, Lifetime Achievement Award. We, the board members of TiE Mysuru, are delighted to present you this Lifetime Achievement Award on the occasion of TiE Global Summit 2024 Curtain Raiser event on this 20th day of April 2024. A 1968 mechanical engineering graduate from Punjab Engineering College, you started your career at Philips India, Mumbai, and then in 1972 migrated to USA in search of greener pastures. Working in USA with Philips Elmet provided the right environment for your creativity and passion for engineering. Your path-breaking research made you to be known as a pioneer in the refractory metal field around the world. Your work in potassium bubble doping of molybdenum to obtain highest possible recrystallization temperature proved to be a milestone achievement in the field of material science. Along with all this work, you also obtained MBA from the University of Maine by studying in an evening college. Under persuasion of your mentor, you returned to India in 1979, chose to make Mysuru as your home, setting up a filament factory, helping Mysuru to be called the filament capital of the world. You designed and indigenously built equipment to manufacture filaments, probably sowing the first seeds of Make in India. You subsequently founded Glotronics Private Limited in 1986, which grew to be a worldwide original design manufacturer of high-precision components. High components, medical devices, medical components, and sub-assemblies. Glotronics products are today exported to many countries, including the USA, UK, Australia, Brazil, Europe, and China, just to name a few, putting Glotronics and Mysuru on the global map. You received national recognition when you were awarded the National Award for R&D in Industry in 1998 by the Government of India. In the midst of building a great company, you found time and inspiration to pursue a doctoral program and earned a doctorate degree in 2008 from the University of Mysore. Throughout your life, you have lived by certain principles. Do not give importance to self, never evade taxes, be ethical in all business dealings, build products for the international market, profit but do not profiteer, 10% of all income going to, and 20% of personal time going towards charity work. You founded the Hari Murari Charitable Trust that engages in various philanthropic activities in and around Mysuru. Among its many projects are an ITI to help students from economically weaker sections, a dialysis center for the poor and the needy, and a working women's home to empower the underprivileged, to name a few. Dr. Alok Gupta, you have been an entrepreneur and a leader par excellence who has built institutions that are making Mysuru and India proud. You exemplify how to lead a life of principles, ethics, morality, and service to the nation. We are truly honored to present you this award, and we are absolutely proud that you are in Mysuru.
Thank you, Mr. Nagarajan. Now I invite board members of TiE Mysuru and once again Dr. Arunachala Muruganandam to join on the stage to honor and felicitate Dr. Alok Gupta.
A standing ovation is definitely a deed to Dr. Alok Gupta for his immense contribution to Namma Mysuru and to the rest of the world. I request Mrs. Gupta to join us on the stage. A big round of applause to Mrs. Gupta as well. Thank you.
On why I did not sit down, right? The reason was I wanted to save some time to be able to speak to you for a little bit longer time. My wife always tells me that all you have to give to men is a mic and they will just keep on speaking, right? And I tell her, dear, why are you talking about men? To women, you don't even have to give them a mic, right? So anyway, Mahesh Rao told me that I should tell some story about my life. So I said, okay, how much time you going to give me? He says, oh, you think 8 minutes would be enough? So I said, yeah, of course, for 76 years, I mean, I can definitely do it justice in 8 minutes. So anyway, I'm going to try to do that. Of course, now that I have heard Mr. Arunachalam today, I'm going to change that to T&E instead of R&D. It has to be, yeah. I was a partition baby, born luckily on this side of the partition. My father was working for telegraphs, a telegraphist, come from a very lower middle class family. Did my engineering from Punjab Engineering College in 1968. Luckily, got selected by Philips India as a graduate management training. And that's really where my entrepreneurship training started. With my first mentor was my first boss. And I take his name over here because I want to remember him. His name was Dilip Majumdar. He really, for 4 years, taught me a lot about the rudiments of engineering and management excellence. The word is excellence. We just don't want to be mediocre. That's what he taught me in engineering as well as management. So that was a fantastic start. And now I worked for Philips for 4 years. Came 1972. And there's an interesting story about why I migrated to United States. I read a statistics that there were only 850 women for every 1,000 boys at that time. And I got worried whether I will be able to find a girl over here or not. And then I read that they had a lot of girls in the United States. And so what do you think I did? I migrated. So believe me, that was the reason. I mean, major reason. No, not really. Of course, it was fun. I didn't have a job. I got $108 in my pocket. But luckily, again, I was picked up by Philips, Elmet, another organization of Philips in the United States. And it is interesting. This is what I learned in the United States, that they can give you very highly complex jobs to youngsters. And I was just a young man. You can imagine, I mean, I was like 23 years old. And they gave me high-level technological responsibilities. I was lucky that I was able to work in those high technology fields, some of which were dispenser cathodes, doped tungsten and molybdenum, a lot of powder metallurgy of refractory metals, which are high temperature metals, very, very special applications, which were related also to defense. And interestingly, because I was all the time dealing with scientists in the government departments of the United States, they started calling me Dr. Gupta. And I mean, I kept on telling them that, look, I'm just an ordinary engineering graduate. And they said, well, you are solving our problems. You are, anyway, Indians are supposed to be doctors, right? So, I mean, there are, it took me another 30 years to make up to that, because I finally said, okay, enough is enough. Enough people around the world call me doctor, so I should get a PhD. So at the age of 60, I did complete my PhD from Mysuru University. Anyway, United States, Philip Selmet was a great place for me to learn what has already been talked about, trial and error. And it's amazing. I mean, I learned that today. R&D basically is nothing but trial and error. And that's what we did all the time. Tried all kinds of crazy ideas and came out with solution. Okay, so it so happened that I mean, I told you that I went to United States to find a girl. I did. I mean, and here she is, 50 years later. We got married. We got a lovely daughter. We migrated back to India. Returned to India. Not she migrated to India, but I returned to India in 1979. And the credit goes to my second major mentor, and I must take his name because he is a fantastic man. He's no more. Dr. Jagmohan Garg. He was a PhD in electrical engineering. Interestingly, he was a RSS pracharak. He had given his life to the country, did not marry. After doing his PhD in electrical engineering in the United States, he over there also worked and brought back a very high technology line, which was PTFE coated wires, which were all used in aerospace industry, and he set up the first industry. He ran it for about 5 years in Ghaziabad, in northern part of India, and ran that industry with some different ideas, which were like, how can we run an industry ethically? And that's what he did. Because that is what he wanted to prove to himself before advocating it to others. He did that, and then he started traveling in the United States looking for Indians who were working in high technology areas and trying to talk to them that would you or can you come back to India? Somehow he found me over there and kept on coming to me for 3 years. Every 5 or 6 months, he will show up with a little jhola and very simple man, and he will start talking to me as to, you are from India, you studied there, you have parents there, why would you not like to go back? Eventually, he convinced me and Mamta. He always sat down with Mamta. But he set some very interesting philosophies, and I want to share some of those philosophies. His point was, you must go back to India, not to work, but to set up an industry, because you're a technologist. But it has to be a high technology, high quality, and high ethics company. If you want to go back to India just to earn money, please don't do that. You will make much more money in the United States. So there is no point going back to India. The next thing was, he said, do not compete with fellow Indians. What that meant was, do not start any industry which is being run in the country anywhere. Such a very interesting philosophy. Do not compete with fellow Indians. Next one was, make good profit, not profiteers. Now, I had studied in my MBA that price of a product is determined by the market. Now, this was a complete different philosophy. Now, he was saying, no, market may have any price. You must make very good profit and then sell after making that profit. If you can't make a product at the market price, then you don't make it. But if your cost plus profit is 30% lower than the market price, don't take that next 30%. Stay with that. Now, why I am sharing with some of the young entrepreneurs is that this is one thing which has helped us in Glotronics in the last 37 years, that we have not lost a single customer as of today in the last 37 years. And the reason is this one, that Glotronics makes very good profit. Our customers, when they come to us, we ask them, what is your target price? When they come up with a new product, they give us a price, and then we work up. In most cases, we are able to go back and give them our price, which is somewhere between 20 and 40% lower than their target price. And they are surprised. They say, look, we had given you a target price. How come you're coming back with a price which is 20% lower? I said, look, we are making a lot of profit, even at 20% lower than your target price. So, okay, so I mean, those were things. Next one was no cheating. No cheating any stakeholder, including government. That means you are not going to cut down on taxes. You are not going to try to steal electricity or water or anything like that. You are not going to bribe anybody. If you make a mistake, and you might make a mistake, then pay the full penalty, including the taxes. Don't try to go to the court. If you have made a mistake, you own it. Okay, so that was his philosophy. Then the other one was 10% of income and 20% of the time must be spent for the society. 10% of income and 20% of the time. Interesting thing. Next one was, you must share knowledge and resources. He used to give a very interesting example. He said, look, if we used to have a Vimana in our Ramayana days, we lost that technology because we did not share the knowledge. So if we continue to do that, we will continue to be the same way. So we must share our knowledge. And lastly, his point was, whatever you do, nation must come first, everything else come next. These are the philosophies he gave me. There are another 8 of us who came back at that time. We are in different parts of the country, and luckily we are all doing well, and we have been able to follow all of these principles. I had a lot of fun doing a lot of things. Because I have been introduced over here as a founder and now director of Glotronics, I will only talk about Glotronics. So in the Glotronics, we started in 1987, and we started to manufacture the heart of TV picture tube, that is heaters and cathodes. Again, the philosophy was that it should not have been made by anybody else, so we were the first one. And the company, of course, was born with a MOU, based on a MOU with Bharat Electronics. And the person who was responsible for making Bharat Electronics to look for such critical items for television picture tube is none other than Mr. K.M. Karumbaya, who also seems to be here today, ex-executive director of Bharat Electronics, Bangalore. So Glotronics was born with a MOU with Bharat Electronics, but very interesting MOU. They said, we will not give you any technology. We don't give you any guarantees. If your price is good, if your quality is good, we'll buy it from you. And so that is how Glotronics was started. So it is interesting that we started with the heaters and cathodes, which are made for cathode ray tubes for television picture tube. And all of you know that television picture tube is gone now, right? LED, LCDs, and so on and so forth is the one which is going on. But it is interesting that we have become the last of these dinosaurs of this. We continue to manufacture heaters and cathodes, and we are the sole manufacturers of that in the whole world. And why is that? Because the world found out that whenever you want a very fast speed of imaging, the other technologies like LEDs, LCDs and all that, they cannot work because there is a transformation which takes place in between the image taking and the image reproduction. Whereas in a cathode ray tube, it is directly, you move the images at the speed of electrons. So in avionics, in space, where they want very, very high speed of imaging, they are still continuing to use cathode ray tubes. And Glotronics is now the sole suppliers of this in the whole world. NASA is our customer, British Aerospace is our customer. They have given us orders for the next 21 years with advance. So this is a very, very interesting thing that we can, they come here every 2 years roughly to check up whether we are still around or not, or whether, what's going on. So it's a very interesting thing. As the television picture tube went away, we naturally thought of changing. So we moved on to other things, like we went into special electrosurgical devices and critical components of that. We make them for heart, brain, spine, urology, all those areas. And some of those technologies, diathermy, plasma, resonance, laparoscopic, 99% of our products today are exported all over the world. So that's Glotronics basically. In a lot of these areas, we are on the cutting edge technologies of the world, not of India, cutting edge technology. I'll show you one of them in a minute. Okay, now, because I was coming to TiE and Mahesh, and this is the point which caught me for coming today. Dr. Jagmohan Garg had said that we must share our technology, we must help others and share our resources. So I came here to offer this to TiE entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs. Only thing is, we are only engineers. We are nut and bolt people. When you talk today about technology, you talk about much higher things like artificial intelligence and things like that. We are not in that. We are in the nut and bolt, that's the engineering end. From Glotronics, I would like to offer to any young entrepreneur who would like, who is coming up, who has any ideas, we would like to give them space and infrastructure support in Glotronics. We would like to give them machine shop support, R&D and testing support, guidance and brainstorming with the team, without any expectations or any strings attached. So we will not charge them a single penny. They will be free to use our equipment and resources. So if there are any entrepreneurs who want to try out things, make some things and all that, we have a very good tool room. We have very good testing facilities, world class, which you can use. And if we don't have it, we love to spend money on latest things also. We would like to buy them, and get it for you. Okay. So this is what I wanted to share. I think I'm kind of getting out of time. Anyway, I just wanted to mention, I'll quickly run. From Mysuru to the world, because that was the theme. I just wanted to show you this is a customer's office in France, and look at what they have put for the time. They have put Mysore, not India. So this is one of our customers. Okay, so this is what we do. All kinds of things. Okay, something which is interesting. We do share 21% of pre-tax profit with our employees. That's apart from their salaries. So that they are partners, okay? Children's education, children's marriages, we pay them, all of those things. So one thing that I wanted to share with some of the young entrepreneurs is that we don't have any good marketing. But our way of working is that we look for customer problems and we work on customer problems for free. And once we find a solution, then naturally that customer becomes ours forever. And we are talking about world-class customers all over the world. We have a 10-acre campus. Okay, we are normally sole suppliers to the customers. We have not lost a customer in 37 years. We make our own machines. We are a small family-run company, all that stuff. Okay. Now, just so that you know, we know about Rafael, right? All these latest jets and all that stuff. Glotronics product goes into that. Helmet display, which the pilots use. And how they use it is, that is the CRT which is put in their helmet displays. And the heaters and cathodes you can see over there, those are the heart of the whole thing. That's what we supply. And interestingly, we also have a patent, and recently somebody from UK woke up. This patent is 1998, and some surgeon in UK woke up and said, oh, I have seen this patent, I want some supplies. So we have started to supply this. It's very interesting. I just wanted to mention this. This is a cutting-edge technology. It has not come to India as yet. It is resonance surgery. Basically, it uses no heat for surgery. It uses electronic resonance, and it goes to the cell level to resonate the cells, kill it, and then later on the blood supply just cleans it up. So now, very difficult places like spinal surgery, that's where it is being used. We are lucky to be able to give to the society. And I thank you very much, all of you, for listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. On demand, there is a request for both the Lifetime Achievement inductees as well as board members to be on the dais for a group photo. The board members, I request Mr. Madan Padki sir as well as Sanjay Gupta sir to join. Round of applause. Yes, sir. Nagarajan, sir. On dais. Thank you so very much. Mysuru holds its significance in the realm of yoga, an ancient practice originating from India. It is also a significant hub for Ayurveda, an ancient holistic healing system that originated in India thousands of years ago. Not only these two, but the artisans from Mysuru are playing a pivotal role in preserving the traditional craftsmanship while also adapting to modern trends and innovation, ensuring the legacy to continue and to flourish.
We are heading to witness a panel discussion targeting Mysuru to the world through yoga, Ayurveda and arts. To do the needful, I request Mr. Rakesh Babu, COO, Mantra Consulting Private Limited, an associate member of TiE Mysuru, to conduct and moderate the panel discussion.
Thank you, Vidya. Thank you, Kishan. Namaskara. It's a goosebump and a roller coaster ride listening to stalwarts, starting with the keynote and the seniors who presented their lifetime achievements. We continue the journey. Stay with us. It's going to be a wonderful journey because we have some stalwarts who are doing phenomenal work in their respective fields. May I first welcome the elite panelists of this particular panel discussion. First up, welcome to the stage, Dr. Raghavendra Pai. Please welcome, and ladies and gentlemen, please join your hands to welcome. And next up, we have Dr. N.V. Krishnamurthy. We request you on stage, sir. Please join us. And a good friend, R.J. Singh. Please welcome on stage. I'll just take a couple of minutes from here and then I'll join for the panel discussion because it's more convenient here. The topic, in fact, Padman was suggesting that we can rephrase from Coimbatore to Mysuru, to the world. He suggested from Mysuru to the world. And that's exactly the panel discussion and the theme of the entire evening is, right? So we all know about that. What do you think about the theme? It's a fantastic thing to discuss about. In terms of entrepreneurship and reaching out to the world, Mysore has always been on the global map. Ayurveda, yoga, handicrafts originating from Mysore has centuries of history. Mysore Silk Factory was established more than a century ago in Mysore. Organized agarbatti industry manufacturing in Mysore dates back more than 95 years in Mysore. Rosewood and inlay works of Mysore is centuries old. Sandalwood oil, Mysore paintings, Ganjifa, tourism, all have been around for decades. And still, Mysore infrastructure has come a long way. From the days of broad gauge to meter gauge to double laning and to the electrified double lane railway tracks. From a humble hangar to a functional airport. From an unpredictable road journey to Bangalore to an under 100-minute drive. From a single startup hub step to multiple incubation centers, co-working spaces, and a platform like TiE. From world-class products to world-class services, we surely have traveled. And still, the city boasts geographical indications. And it is known as a geographical hub of not just the country, but the entire world. Geographical indication, a form of intellectual property. There are 44 geographical indicators allotted to Karnataka. And out of that, Mysore has 9 GIs. The number grows if you add Nanjangud and Coorg GIs. The city now has world-class organization in diverse fields and ESDM, IT, ITES, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, food tech, aerospace, education. And still, we often hear the terms retired people's paradise, city with less traffic, upcoming city, long way to go. Right? This is exactly the thought that we are going to delve upon in the next 30-40 minutes. I have with me 3 eminent panelists from diverse backgrounds who boast a collective experience of more than 100 years between them. They have witnessed the transformation and are visionaries themselves who have established their organizations in Mysuru and taking their products and services to the world. It's time to rock and roll, but before that, it's my duty and privilege to introduce briefly, because if I go on reading their profiles which they have given to me, it will take the entire session itself, and all I'll have to do is thank you for coming. So I'll not do that. Please allow me to concise that and be brief. I would first now introduce Dr. Raghavendra Pai. He is a well-known yoga guru, visionary leader, philosopher. Dr. Karkala Raghavendra Ranganatha Pai is a renowned yoga exponent, is celebrated globally for his profound contributions to the propagation of yoga and ancient Indian wisdom. With a journey spanning over 3 decades with numerous awards and accolades, he is a yoga celebrity. He is the recipient of the Basti Vamana Shenoy Vishwa Konkani Samaja Seva Award. He was conferred with the prestigious Swami Vivekananda Leadership Award by Chicago University and ISOL Foundation. He entered the World Book of Records by completing 7,777 rounds of Surya Namaskara. Dr. Pai, hailing from Shimoga, inherited the essence of yoga from his father and later received training from renowned yoga master BKS Iyengar. He holds a master's degree in Sanskrit from Mysuru University and a doctorate in literature from Hampi University. He specialized in yoga education at Kaivalya Dhamma. Dr. Pai is the founder of Sri Dharmasthala Manjunatheshwara Yoga and Moral Education Project. He established Sri Guru Yoga Sangha and Sri Karkala Ranganatha Sridhara Pai Memorial Sri Vedavyasa Yoga Foundation in Mysuru. He has authored several books on yoga, pranayama and related subjects. He has conducted over 3,000 camps and has trained over 12,000 students and 4,000 teachers worldwide. He is actively involved in social welfare initiatives, education of underprivileged children, promotes yoga and holistic wellness through various institutions, and is engaged in research focused on yoga and Dasa Sahitya. Dr. Raghavendra Pai was recognized with Hoysala Award, Keshava Kripa Award, and with many titles: Yoga Guru in Russia, Vietnam King, Yoga Vidya Bhushana, Star of Qatar. He is currently serving as the director of SKRSP Memorial Sri Vedavyasa Yoga Foundation and is engaged in the preparation of a comprehensive yoga encyclopedia. He was recently nominated to the International Naturopathy Organization. Ladies and gentlemen, that's in brief Dr. Raghavendra Pai. Welcome to you, sir. And now my privilege to introduce another panelist for this discussion, Dr. N.V. Krishnamurthy. Dr. Krishnamurthy is Director and Chief Consultant of Pragna Kutira, a unique Ayurveda Panchakarma Rejuvenation Center in Mysuru. Dr. Krishnamurthy, a gold medalist in both BA, MS and MD from University of Mysuru, did his postgraduate diploma in naturopathy and yoga before completing his PhD from Svyasa Deemed University in Bengaluru. He has authored many theses, including on diabetes mellitus. He has several research papers to his credit and has been a prominent voice at national and international universities. Dr. Krishnamurthy is the director of Abhigna International Academy of Ayurveda and Yoga in Mysuru. He is the executive secretary at Swami Vivekananda Research Institute of Medical Sciences and Rural Development Center in Mysuru and Tumkuru districts. He has been a professor, HOD and faculty in various Ayurveda institutes. He is the president of the Global Alliance of Traditional Health Systems, vice president of Mind Body Spirit Society of India. He has conducted innumerable health camps and yoga therapy camps. Dr. Krishnamurthy was awarded with Rotary Vijay Vocational Award and is the recipient of the Aryabhatta Award for Excellence in Ayurveda Research by APNA in Los Angeles. ROTP from the Department of Ayush. He has delivered lectures in various platforms, including at Sri Ravi Shankar Guruji's Ayurveda Mahavidyalaya and director and JSS Medical College. He has served as government AMC as an executive director to SVR Institute of Medical Sciences and R&D Center. Pragna Kutira is affiliated to KSOU to cater to educational programs like paramedical and medical courses for doctors of all the systems of medicine. He worked as Mysuru district coordinator in the Stop Diabetes movement in collaboration with Svyasa University and ICMR New Delhi. Here present Dr. Krishnamurthy, over to you. Welcome to you, sir. And the last, and this is also an elaborate and a very illustrious profile that I would like to present in front of you, the R.J. Singh, popularly known as RG, is the Honorary Secretary of the Ramsons Kala Pratishtana, an art foundation trust established by his father, late D. Ram Singh, in 1995. RG has built up a large collection of Mysore-style paintings and has been instrumental in patronizing the revival of this style of engaging descendants of traditional painters to continue with their time-honored profession. With this collection, he established the Ram Singh Museum. He has a lot of experience in not just the paintings, but handicrafts and many other activities related with handicrafts. With that brief introduction, I welcome RJ Singh to the panel as well. I had to devote that much time because they have achieved so much, and it is but fair for us to recognize that. RG, Dr. Envy, and Dr. Pai, welcome to the discussion. And before I bounce questions on you, a few things that I would like to mention here is that we are running in the season of the Lok Sabha elections and IPL, right? So keeping in view of the season, okay? So we will have an opportunity for the strategic timeout. So that is, we will ask the questions from the audience in between, and you don't have to wait till the end of it. So we will have one round of questions after 10 minutes of discussion with the panelists. Before we dive directly into questions, we would like to know what you gentlemen have been doing to take Mysuru to the world. First up, I will request RG to share your thoughts on what is happening in the world of handicrafts and how you are doing the efforts of taking Mysuru to the world, which you have been since ages. Now, what is the updates?
Thank you, Rakesh. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Mysuru occupies the singular distinction of having the largest number of inlay craftsmen, a largest craft cluster of inlay craftsmen in the whole world. But we have not been able to, take this forward. And this is where, we have been trying to do lot of R&D and also given a lot of design development and inputs for craftsmen. Now, Mysuru is also having one very fantastic school of painting, that's the Mysore style of painting, which is often confused to be the Tanjore school. And this is where our effort has been to, physically, identify what are Mysore style of paintings and what is the difference between the Mysore school and the Tanjore schools, because they stem from the Vijayanagar school of painting, and both of them are sister schools. And also the third important thing that we have been doing in our foundation is introducing board games to the world. That is traditional Indian board games. It might be a surprise to many of you to know that the 22nd Maharaja of Mysore, Krishnaraja Vadeyar III, is among the distinguished members in the role of honor in the world of board games for solving the Knight's Tour. He's the third person in the world to solve the Knight's Tour. And we have been, our foundation is right now engaged in introducing these board games of Krishnaraj Vadeyar III, merging them with the craft traditions of this land, including Karnataka and other states. We worked with about 40 craft clusters across India and introduced these board games, and we have put them in circulation. And that is a story for another day.
Thanks, RJ. Thanks, Dr. Krishnamurthy. Your thoughts, your quick thoughts. We will start the questions just after this.
Namaste, everyone. Thanks to Rakesh and also the members of this association and the audience. Mine is the 9th generation in Ayurveda. My father, grandfather, all they were the chief physicians in Mysore Palace. That made me to study Ayurveda. I dedicated on Ayurveda. Ayu means life. Veda means knowledge. Ayurveda means just many of them they mistook only massage, this, that and all. No. Ayurveda means it is the life science that protects our life. It teaches us how to go about it and how to retain the lifespan. In this Kali Yuga, everyone should have 100 years lifespan. How we should spend that lifespan without diseases, healthily, happily. I am 62. Till today, I have not taken any tablets. This is my lifestyle. I'll get up at 3 o'clock. I'll practice yoga for 1.5 hours. Then my traditional puja. And I'll go to consultation at 7 o'clock. And healthy food. See, in Kannada we are telling, ಒಪ್ಪತ್ತು ತಗೊಂಡವ ಯೋಗಿ ಅಂತ ಯೋಗಿಗಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಂದು ಒಂದು ಸರಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಊಟ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ 10 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ since 25 years. Yeah. My hemoglobin level is 14. Lipids are maintained very well. Recently, by the force of my wife, I went for cardiac checkup. Chief cardiologist, he did angiogram. I mean, CT angiogram. He wanted to keep that angio report. This is like a child heart. Even if I check it, there will be 40 to 50% of flakes. You don't have a single % of deposition of calcium. So this is the lifestyle.
Yes, doc.
So Pragna Kutira and Avigna International Academy of Ayurveda, globally they invited us, starting from the Singapore, the whole globe. We represented Australia, USA, UK, even African countries. All wherever I go, I taught the lifestyle and people are happy, and the whole globe, people they are coming to us and we are giving justice to that. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Doc. Thanks for the initial remarks. Dr. Pai, very briefly, because we have taken quite a lot in the introduction. Sir.
Om Shri Chamundeshwari Namaha. My dear TiE-preneurs, you are right. Entrepreneur is a French word. Prefix enter. We have to go to French to pronounce that what exactly or how to pronounce entrepreneur. The prefix enter means among or together. Or preneurs means maker, one who makes. That's why I called you TiE-preneurs. One who involves, one who ties up with TiE. Anything, we are all, one way or the other way, we are all TiE-preneurs. The second one is, I'm really happy and grateful to TiE because of today you have given me an opportunity to share my thoughts on Mysuru to globe, Mysuru to world. In my case, if as a yogic perspective, if you want to learn, have some divine experience or do sadhana, mostly we visit Himalaya. Right now? So Himalaya, it never comes to village or our place. In my case, in yogic perspective, the whole world should come to Mysuru because Mysuru is regarded and declared as a yoga capital of the world. Yoga hub of the world. It was declared by an American survey agency in 1999. So now my thoughts on this Mysuru to global is that I have composed in Kannada. It takes only 60 seconds. It conveys my thoughts on word to yoga. Yoga maduva suyogyaraguva, yogadinda bhagyavantaragi belaguva, ಇಚ್ಛಾ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಕ್ರಿಯಾ ಸಿದ್ಧಿ ಕೋಡಿ ಪಡೆಯುವ ಸಾಧನೆಯ ಮಾರ್ಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದುಗೂಡುವ ಭರತ ವರ್ಷದ ಭಾರತೀಯರೇ ಜಗದ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಯೋಗ ಪಥವ ಸಾರಿ ಹೇಳುವ ವೇದೋಪನಿಷದಂತೆ ಗೀತೆ ಪುರಾಣವಂತೆ ಪತಂಜಲಿ ಮುನಿಯಂತೆ ರಾಜಯೋಗ ಸೂತ್ರವಂತೆ ಘೋರಕ ಮತ್ಸ್ಯೇಂದ್ರರಂತೆ ಹಠ ಯೋಗನಾಥರಂತೆ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಕರ್ಮವಂತೆ ತ್ಯಾಗ ತಪೋಭುವಿಯಂತೆ ಯೋಗ ಮಾಡುವ ಸುಯೋಗ್ಯರಾಗುವ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
Thank you, Dr. Pai. Thank you, Dr. Pai. So meaningful, right? So it has concise summary of whatever you wanted to share. So, ladies and gentlemen, this panel is something different because we don't have the latest technology speaking here. This is the knowledge of hundreds and thousands of years speaking. It has percolated over the years. RJ, we start with you again. How do you think that we can reach out to the world better? Because you have always been getting customers from outside. You've been in one place, but now you're looking at reaching out to the world, not by them coming in alone, but you reaching out. How do you think that is possible?
Okay, I'll digress from the handicraft world. We've been trying to reach out to the world through culturally, Mysuru has been able to reach out to the world. You might be knowing that in 1950, when the capital of the Mysuru, erstwhile Mysuru state, actually shifted to Bangalore, Mysuru took the back seat. And Krishnamurti, who was grandson of Vasudevacharya, in his book Nenapugulu writes that 500 musicians from the erstwhile Mysore state moved to Chennai. Today, the December fest, the Margali fest that is held in Chennai, was an outcome of these musicians who moved from here. So we lost it, they gained it. Mysore has had performers of international repute then and even now. We have been able to, see only limited success in presenting Mysore as an important cultural capital. Again, when you look at the older generation of artists, Mysore had the alumnus from the JJ School of Art, some of the biggest name as painters who adorned the royal court. We had Keshvaya, who was a student of Ravi Verma, and his works find a place in the royal collection at London. Then we have a lot of artists from Mysore like Shuddhodana and Subbu Krishna, whose portraits of the former presidents of India adorn the Rashtrapati Bhavan. We have Subbu Krishna, who designed the 10 rupee note for the Gandhi centenary in 1969. And we have umpteen number of artists like S.N. Swami, Shilpi Siddhanti, Siddhalinga Swami, who got worldwide renown. But Mysore today is not known as a city that produces world-class art. So that's a point I want to make. And also, the musicians that we have produced here have found renown across the world and on the international stage. And when I speak to a lot of musicians who perform in Mysore, personally when I spoke to Bombay Jayashree at the Bidaram Krishna Param Mandira, I had asked her a long time back, how does it feel to perform in a small city like Mysore when you have seen the world stage? She told me that the audience in Calcutta, Chennai and Mysore matter. If they perform here and pass, they can perform anywhere across the world.
So the litmus test is Mysore, right? Yes. Litmus test for performance is Mysore. Carrying on that, right? So we have seen lot of people coming to Mysore to learn yoga and also learn practice of Ayurveda.
we've seen that the value that they take out, and they're more successful there in terms of making an organization, in terms of building business around the learnings that they have. Whereas we don't see so many successes in Mysuru itself, where you have enterprises who have become world-class and in terms of reaching out to the globe. So your thoughts, both your thoughts, because we've seen that kind of activity. So adding to that, to especially TiE, Dr. TiE, because we've seen many teach the train the trainers model. Thousands of people come to India, especially the foreigners, and they derive more value. So how can we leverage on the knowledge that we have? So first, Doctor, on yoga, and then on Ayurveda, and then yoga, please.
Yeah. See, Rakeshji, since 28 years, already we started our journey towards the globe. Me, myself, my wife, Dr. Purnima, and my 2 children, Pragna and Abhigna, even they presented Indian culture, yoga, and Ayurveda to the world. Since 28 years, we traveled. You know what happened now? Now they are looking towards Mysuru. They want to come here. They want to stay here. Such an environment we created here, and they are coming here. We have the educational courses also. Basic course on Ayurveda, basic course on Panchakarma, and this type of educational courses with practicality. Smaller treatments, how can be done, and tips of the treatments for the simple, Ekamulika Prayoga. That means taking a single herbal drug that doesn't have any side effects, how to use that, and home remedies. All these things they are learning, and also they are practicing there. So this already took place since 28 years. Already we are spreading this knowledge, and people, they are coming here now. Rakeshji, thank you.
Doc. Thank you.
Very nice. I tell you a story. There was a king in Mysuru. His generosity, his love in art, culture, and heritage, and also he patronage yoga. His name is Mummadi Krishnaraja Vadiyar, nearly 200 years ago. He himself, he was an artist, also artist, Hrudayavanta in card. He compiled, he described, he made a book called Sri Tattva Nidhi. In that book, he has compiled 121 yogasana postures. That is in Samskrita Bhasha and Kannada Lipi. You understand? It is there in Mysuru Palace, Maharaja's library, also Oriental Research Institute. 100 years ago, our Maharaja, he is a visionary. His name is Rajarshi Nalvadi Krishnaraja Vadiyar. He appointed a great yogacharya named Krishnamacharya. He himself, that means he did a vyavastha to learn yoga for royal family as well as publics. He taught yoga for great legendaries like Yogacharya B.K. Sayangar, Pattabi Joyce, Deshikachar, Sridevi. Because of them, at present, Mysore became a yoga city, yoga capital, yoga hub of the universe, we say. Now, at present, more than 350 yoga institutes are there in Mysuru. You can imagine, for 50 minutes, more than 20,000 people are practicing yoga. Especially, we have more than 25 yoga teachers training institutes are there in Mysuru. Average, every day, every year, if they teach 300, if they train 300 people, means you can imagine more than 15,000 yoga enthusiasts, yoga lovers. They come from other country, they learn yoga. We must appreciate them. We must learn from foreigners means they learn with dedication. That is a very important thing. That one thing we must learn from foreigners.
Thanks, Dr. Pai. Thanks for the elaborate explanation of the points that I asked. One question that we see is in the modern world is how quickly you can scale. In the world of entrepreneurship, it's all about the scale and the quickness that you could do that. So there is this new word called sunipreneurs instead of unicorns, sunicorns. How quickly you can become a unicorn, sunicorns. So there are 42% of the country's sunicorns are in Bangalore. They are so fastly growing and have become unicorns. In terms of that growth, the fields that you are all related are not even there close, right? So it's about the scale and the scalability. So why and how do you think that this can be solved so that you have enterprises starting from Mysuru who become globally well-known and also in terms of the value of the organization? Who would want to go first? Doctor, you want to go first?
Yes, sir. But we have so much of knowledge in Sanskrit. There is a version, there is a donkey. It can carry so much of luggage. Like that, all of us, we have so much of knowledge, but practicality is very less. That is called anusthana. Each one should practice very little, very little. That is a contribution to us. Definitely, if we decide, see, mana eva manushanam karanam bandha mokshayo. Once if we decide, anything is easy for us. Anything. We can be disease free. We cannot go to hospitals. And we will be healthy, we will be happy that we can share it to others. In that way, one should get that awareness. Each one of us should be aware of that. We should be practical. This is my view, sir.
Dr. Pai, your thoughts on that? How do we scale and become a unicorn kind of a business in yoga?
Can I answer after Singh?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
So actually the need of the hour is we need some interpretation center for all the ancient knowledge that we have. We do not have an interpretation center for the Mysore painting. Nobody knows the contribution of Mysore into the world of board games. Of course, Dr. Raghavendra Pai told us that Mysore is the yoga capital of the world. My friend, Dr. Norman Schoeman, has written a book on the yoga tradition of the Mysore Palace. And he wanted to have an interpretation center, this about 20 years back, but that was not successful. Could we ask somebody in TiE, as a corporate social responsibility, help us in some of these activities? I have listed out about 5. One is the yoga tradition of Mysore. Then we have the Mysore painting, the Mysore Bani of dance, which is almost extinct. We just have a couple of performers. Then an interpretation center for board games. What Dr. Raghavendra Pai mentioned as Shri Tattva Nidhi, it has 9 sections. And there's the 9th section is the Kautuka Nidhi, which has more than 200 board games. And of course, it has a section on yoga also. Then we have to revive the lost doll tradition of Mysore. And the erstwhile Mysore district, which consisted of present-day Mandya and Chamarajnagar, including Mysore, we have a very rich folk tradition which is not recognized across the state or across India. So we would want a kind of an interpretation center, and also to know that, the small city has produced so many eminent people. We have put forward for a proposal for a national gallery of portraits of eminent Mysoreans. We don't know how far we'll go in that. This is to inspire the younger generation.
And that's exactly the starting point for achieving big. We heard Arunachalam telling that you have to start something in your domain, the knowledge that you have, and carry forward to build organizations. Thanks, RJ.
Thank you. Actually, we can add a value to our ancient tradition or yoga like this, na? Anyway, we know every year in Mysuru, we are giving training for more than 15,000 foreigners that we know. We can train, we have a very good training options. We can give a advanced training. We can have a global partnership with international yoga groups, learn, earn, and grow. Anyway, we are advancing in a technological era. We can use technology, apps, online training, and also we can request or we can adopt yoga in our university. Mysore has got 7 universities, you cannot believe. But no one is running a full-fledged yoga department. Thank you.
These are the problem areas that kind of highlights, right? So if an entrepreneur wants to start a journey in handicrafts or in Ayurveda or in yoga, so what do you think is the first step? We have many youngsters, budding entrepreneurs who all focus on something tech related mostly. And that's nothing wrong about it. But being from Mysore, the core domain expertise, where do you think is the first step that anybody can take to start an enterprise from Mysuru in your respective fields? We'll go in this order now.
Yeah. First of all, any tech, he should have a proper training. Yogastu darshanartham, natu pradarshanaartham. He should learn properly. Then he can get a knowledge. And he can use his technical integrations. Use technology, online class, app. He can create apps, virtual communication. He can reach more. We can take a government support by taking their support to construct infrastructure, and we can demand for adopting yoga in education. We can promote yoga tourism, yoga wellness hub. We can create a yoga education hub also. And also, I would like to say, industries and corporate world also can adopt yogic techniques. By collaborating with yoga associations, in Ministry of Ayush, at present, they have developed a beautiful technique called yoga at workplace. It's 5 minutes technique. Why don't you organize in your own corporate or in your associates or in your employees or anyone? They have a beautiful technique that can be adopted, and by practicing yoga, we can develop ethical practice and other thing. We have a very large scope in research and innovation. So encourage yoga research on benefits, validity, on traditional practice, scientifically and innovative in equipment techniques to attract global interest and creativity.
Thanks, Dr. Pai. Dr. N.V. Krishnamurthy, your thoughts for an entrepreneur, a budding entrepreneur. How can you start in the world of Ayurveda?
Thank you, sir. I need not explain much. Already, Dr.
He's given an elaborate list of
Dr.
things.
Pai has given. Same thing we can go through with Ayurveda. And I would like to give some tips and also informations. You know, ICMR, have you heard about it?
Yeah.
In Government of India, there are multi-crores of rupees are there. What I heard is many of them, they have not taken those funds at all. But we are innocents, we are clinicians, simply we are seeing the patients. Entrepreneurs should come forward. If you make the project reports, definitely we can give support, and definitely you can do very good entrepreneurship there.
Thank you. RJ, your thought on the same question.
Okay, before I go to that, let me tell you that a unique experiment took place in Mysore in the 1910. when the new palace was being built, there was a demand for stone cutters, carvers, metalsmiths. Of course, the superstructure came from Scotland, and they had used non-combustible material because the Mysore palace has the unlucky reputation of being burned down thrice. We all know only of one story, but it was rebuilt thrice. And that metamorphosized into the Chamaraja Technical Institute, which is now KAVA, which is the Chamaraj Academy of Visual Arts. And Kamaladevi Chattopadhyaya, who was a freedom fighter, visited CTI, and she got the idea to make the design center at Bangalore and Chennai. Now, this was for budding artists. Of course, I think we didn't have the word entrepreneur at that time. It was for budding artists and those who came from non-traditional backgrounds to work. Now, the biggest challenge is lot of this knowledge is a closely guarded secret. To break the glass ceiling is a challenge, but the NIFTs, the National Institute of Fashion Technology, they have been trying. We get a lot of students every year from the non-traditional background, but they're finding it very difficult.
Thanks, RJ. Thanks. In the interest of time, actually, I had rapid fire and we wanted to go in the audience. I promised that we will have an in-between session also, but unfortunately, we have run out of time and the organizers indicated that we have reached the end of this session. So I will have to excuse you from the end of, sorry? Can I have the last one? Yeah, please, please. We will have the last notes from each one of you, a very quick one, and then we will close this session.
This is very relevant to what we're talking today. This is an extract from the Volume 4 Gazetteer of Mysore by Hayavardhan Rao. And this is an entry dated 17th March 1924, exactly 100 years back. It says, His Highness the Maharaja was graciously pleased to inaugurate the new Legislative Council and Representative Assembly in a joint session, and in doing so delivered an inspiring message. The following extracts from it are, the Maharaja says, "It is the ambition of my life to see the people of my state develop self-sustaining qualities, exhibit initiative and enterprise, and take a front rank in all progressive movements and activities in the country. In making our plans for the future, we have got to take note of the tremendous changes of the recent past. India, under the benevolent guidance of the British nation, is shaping into a federation of provinces and states. We in Mysore form, as it were, a nation within a nation." This is 100 years back. Is it relevant?
That's visionary for a 100-year-old quote that you have. Thanks, RJ. Thanks for that. Thanks for bringing that. Doctor, your note, final note.
Yeah, only, from the audience, any one simple question.
No, I thought, but logistically, passing mics and everything, would that be a problem? Yeah.
Yeah,
so
one simple question to the Ayurveda, I can answer that.
Okay, meanwhile, Doc, you want to give your end note?
Okay, please.
My young TiEpreneurs, again I coming, remember that dreaming big is just the start. It is the dedication and commitment of your mind that will truly propel you to the top. Stay focused, stay committed, and turn your dream into reality. Srimad Bhagavad Gita says, I'm going to say in short way, just make your effort, let things happen. Do your duty, leave the rest to heaven. Things what may clings to your ideal. Be prepared for any ordeals. Rush not, push not, let things happen. Let innovation mantra happens. The time shall come and the battle shall be won. Make your effort, let things happen, let things happen. Dhanyavad.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for so much. We've really run out of time. Thanks for that. Thank you, panelists, RJ, Dr. Krishnamurthy, Dr. Raghavendra Pai. Let's hear up for them, and thank you for joining. Thank you.
Hearty thanks to all the four of you indeed who spotlighted the inherited nature of Mysuru to the world.
I request Mr. Sam Cherian, Managing Director of Chevron Chemicals, to hand over the memento and token of gratitude to Dr. Raghavendra Pai. Now I request Mr. Bhaskar Kadale to hand over the memento of gratitude to Dr. N.V. Krishnamurthy. Now I request Mr. Rakesh Babu to hand over the memento to Mr. R.G. Singh.
Fostering student entrepreneurs is something which India needs today. TiE Mysuru, under its TiE program, has successfully conducted TiE Pitch Fest Competition 2024 with the immense support from SJCE STEP, KTech Innovation Hub, Vishweshwaraya Research and Innovation Foundation, IEEE subsection Mysuru. And it's time to recognize the finalists and the winners.
To do the honors, I request Dr. Mahesh Rao, President TiE Mysuru, Mr. Madan Padaki, President TiE Bangalore, Mr. Shiva Shankar, CEO SJCE STEP and Chair for TiE University Program TiE Mysuru on the dais, please.
22 applications falling under different stages. All the 72 teams were provided with knowledge sharing sessions on idea validation, market analysis, business canvas, and so on. Further followed by mentoring sessions from charter members and associate members from TiE Mysuru that resulted in nurturing 12 top teams to be the finalists of TiE Pitch Fest 2024 from Mysuru chapter. I request all the teams to be ready to collect your mementos and certificates in sequence.
Employment generation for students and working professionals, I invite the team to come and collect the certificates and memento. Team Kudrag, swimming sport equipment, serving multi-purpose in its use. I invite the team to collect the certificates and memento. Yeah, the next team, please be ready. Team Smurfy. Miss Murphy, connecting the individuals to the society for their importance of building community. I invite the team to come and collect the certificate and memento. And the winners. And the winners in the category of Idea Stage are Team Clap EdTech. Team Clap EdTech, targeting the sex education platform to the students from class 1 to 10 for societal betterment. I invite the team to come and collect the certificates and the winner memento with a cash prize of rupees 30,000.
Followed by MVP stage, we have Team SparkTech providing password protection platform. I invite the team to collect the certificate and memento. Team SparkTech. I request the audience to cheer the participants with a huge round of applause. Followed by Team A-Cubic Private Limited, creating a 3D virtual space towards the construction domain with the feel of temperature and the ambience. I invite the team to collect the certificate and memento. Followed by Team CPR Sheet, a medical domain focusing on CPR technology with a feedback system. I invite the team to collect certificate and a memento. And the winners in MVP stage, Team Solucraft Pharmaceuticals LLP, a medical domain focusing on portable dispenser to inject medicine. I invite the team to collect the certificate and the winner memento and the cash prize of rupees 50,000 for being winners in MVP stage. Team Solucraft Pharmaceuticals LLP.
In the stage of traction and market, Team Foodar, an online platform for electric vehicles. Team Foodar. Team Roots Card. And the winners in the category are Team Navamag, providing solution to arsenic contamination in the water betterment, water better. I invite the team to come and collect the certificate and memento with a cash prize of rupees 1 lakh.
A huge round of applause to the winners who have the 1 lakh from TiE Mysuru. And to add on, Team Navmarg is representing TiE Mysuru in the TiE Global Pitch Fest 2024. Thank you so much. Hearty congratulations to all the finalists and thank you everyone on the dais for doing the honors. We look forward to have a greater networking session later today between these finalists and the TiE family. I request Mr. Madan Padaki, Board Member TiE Global as well as President of TiE Bangalore to support these student entrepreneurs along with TiE Mysuru.
Mysuru-based startups reflect the diverse entrepreneurial landscape in Mysuru, contributing to the city's economy, innovation ecosystem, and reputation as the hub of emerging businesses in Karnataka and across the globe.
Yes, everyone, you heard it right. Mysuru-based startups. We now head towards the session Mysuru Startups Building Bharat. To conduct and moderate the session, I invite Mr. Adarsh Ramesh, founder Desiyada and Inside Out Consultants and associate member TiE Mysuru on the dais, please.
Thank you, Kishan. Thank you, everyone, for a rousing round of applause. Without much ado, I'd like to welcome my panelists on the group with a bigger round of applause from the audience. Dr. Chaitra Narayan, Director, Kodagu Agritech. Mr. Vinay Babu, Founder, Breezy Insurtech Private Limited. And Mr. Adarsh Sudhindra, Founder, NNZ. Applause, everyone. Drinks and food will be served in a while. So the topic of this panel is Building for Bharat. To set the context, Startup India, Make in India, Digital India, Invest India, and a host of such initiatives from the central government, Startup Karnataka, Elevate Karnataka, Beyond Bengaluru, the Cluster Seed Fund, Kalyan Karnataka, and many such initiatives from the state government, TiE, CII, STEP, and numerous college incubators like at NIE, VVC, MIT, and so much more at the city level. Numerous VCs, HNIs, angel investors, encouraging friends and families and mentors. With all this in place, there is so much structure that has already been built to help entrepreneurs, rather wantrepreneurs, go from a stage of idea to an IPO. All it takes really for any wantrepreneur to start an enterprise today is to have a little bit of oomph in them. To take that one small step that takes them from going into employees into entrepreneurs, from people who are required to do the next thing right versus people who will do the next right thing. But still, the failure rate for new startups today is about 90%. Only 10% of the startups make it through first year. And for first-time founders, the success rate is just about 15% as per various online statistics. Now I would like to know, what was your oomph in starting? What was that spark that got you from facing such terrible odds and becoming entrepreneurs? And how are you and your enterprises building for Bharat? Each of you please answer for 2 minutes and introduce yourself please before that shortly, because as they said, we are running out of time.
Thanks, Adarsh. Good evening, everyone. First of all, thank you to the TiE Mysore community to give us this opportunity to be on this dais today, talking about our entrepreneurship journeys in front of stalwarts like you who have seen it, been there, done it, and have emerged successfully in the scope of Mysore. My name is Adarsh Sudhindra. I am the founder and CEO of NNZ Education. It's an education technology company, not a startup anymore. We have been around for 6 years now, doing reasonably well. So it's an education tech startup that was started in 2017-2018 time frame. So I've been a technologist at heart all my life. So did my engineering in Mysore, worked in Bangalore in Adobe systems in the education technology domain, moved to US, did my master's there, went on to do my management course in MIT, Boston. So did all that, worked in the US, but somewhere deep inside there, I was happy. I was having that NRI life, drawing salary in dollars, seeing the world. Deep inside there was that void of not having built something from scratch, right? So I'm doing a great job, having a great career, but the satisfaction of having made a difference to the society, having turned an idea into a business, and a business into a system that kind of has an impact on the society was missing. So sometime in 2017-18, we decided to move back to India, moved to Mysore, my hometown, the education capital of Karnataka. where a lot of opportunities were inviting at that time. So moved back, started Enhance Z. It's about 40 people now, thriving business based out of STEP Incubation Center in SJC Mysore. That's me, Adarsh Sudhindra. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. A round of applause.
Hi, good evening. Thank you, TiE Mysuru, for giving this opportunity. Adarsh, I'm very happy that I'm doing this with you. I've always felt that you are someone who has inspired me. So thank you so much that I'm doing it with you. I worked for HDFC Life for 18 years. I always felt that taking salary is easy, but building business is very difficult. So I thought, I've done things well for 18 years, I'll do the difficult part now. So that's when Breezy was born. So today, like Adarsh mentioned, 90% of the startups fail. 10% is the opportunity that you have for making a huge difference to the society, right? Hence, I'm here. So I'm looking forward to build this around Adarsh, and somewhere down the line, I believe that toughest job needs to be done in the initial stage, so that over a period of time, you feel that you pass through and you've made a huge, larger impact to the society. And somewhere down the lane, 30 years from now, if people is asking when India was growing, India was doing well, what was Vinay Babu doing? So I'm here to do that right now. So
that's amazing. That's great. Thank you, Vinay. That was a wonderful answer.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Chaitra. I would call myself an agripreneur more than an entrepreneur. My factory or our manufacturing unit is based out of Kushalnagar, which is a small town about 1.5 hours drive from Mysore. And we also have our office here in Mysore as well. As Adarsh mentioned that, what is it that, 90% of the startups fail and it's just about 10% that has the success rate. It's all about the initial struggle that each one of us face, and those of us who actually overcome that phase of struggle, overcome the particular phase wherein 2 or 3 years we have to totally dedicate ourselves. Once that is done, that from then on begins the actual journey of being an entrepreneur. And as you mentioned initially about Startup India, Startup Karnataka, and a multitude of other funding agencies and certain central government schemes that have come up, all these are schemes that have become very rampant in the last 8 to 10 years, I must say. Back then, when we did not have any such, support from the central government or the government, we have seen stalwarts over here who spoke before us who have made it big. So it's all about the mindset more than expecting any kind of support from anyone. It's the kind of positive mindset and the focus that gets us wherever we want to. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Great that all of you started at different stages of your life. So you were a proud NRI, and then you came back to your hometown, you worked in corporate, and then you started. And I believe you also started without a corporate experience or without a corporate experience. So to start or to become an entrepreneur, there is no one formula, right? You can become an entrepreneur in any which way without a education background or right after work experience. There's no such demarcations. But one question that is curious is, how did you all choose to become in Mysore? Because all three of you are in the tech segment, right? EdTech, InsurTech, and Agri-Tech. Tech means kind of it gives you the flexibility to work out of anywhere, build your teams anywhere, and scale up anywhere. Given that you could be anywhere, why are you in Mysore? And why did you choose to not just start, but also scale up by being in Mysore itself? I'd have hoped that 6 years you would have moved away somewhere. So what is holding you back, and what is the Mysuru element in that? Anyone? Vinay, you can start maybe.
All right. So basically when I always had this confusion in my mind, should I tell a Mysore company or a Bangalore company, right? People don't take you seriously if you tell you are a small town guy, and then you try to position saying that you are from Bangalore, right? So I had this confusion in my mind. I happened to speak to my existing investors, and one is a first generation entrepreneur, the other one is a third generation entrepreneur, right? And they all say that be proud of where you come from, right? And at that time, in our website, we had some arrangements in Bangalore, and we had put that on our, because I was always in that myth, right? You're coming from a smaller town but can't make it big. So we changed that status quo and saying that, boss, enough is enough. We are a small town guy coming from Mysuru, and I'll ensure that I'll build from Mysuru for the world. And that made us really, really confident on what we are doing and how we are approaching things from here on. And I somewhere believe that Mysuru historically has a recall value, right, whenever you go to outside world. And today we are very happy that we are building from Mysuru, and people take seriously that a small town guy is coming and making a huge difference in the insurtech space. And it has been received well. Unlike we deceiving ourselves and telling that, no, we are from Bangalore and not from Mysuru. So that culturally, it took some time for me to make a change. But thanks to my existing investors, and I'm super confident right now, from here, we'll be building a super product.
Amazing. What about you? Kushal Nagar, Mysore, Kushal Nagar.
Why not Mysore, or why not Kodagu? That was, that was the first thing that came into my mind. So why don't we start something in my own hometown? Because Kushal Nagar is my mother's hometown, and I always wanted to start off with the place I belong to. And moreover, as I mentioned, we are into manufacturing of biofertilizers, and we have a patented technology, which is actually the world's first patented technology. And we started with manufacturing of this particular technology in a very, very small town like Kushal Nagar. And it's been 9 years now. I'm entering into the 10th year. A small startup, which initially started with no kind of support. I came from a very middle class family. And this particular startup, Kodagu Agritech, could make a mark at the Festival of Innovation and Entrepreneurship in New Delhi, and we had the opportunity to present this technology to the president, starting in a very small town like Kushal Nagar and reaching out there. As I said, there's no reason why any startup shouldn't start in any place. You should always think beyond, like, starting with just, cities like Bangalore, Hyderabad or Chennai. There are opportunities, and there is every kind of facility that is available in every place. That's the thing.
That's great. What about you?
Yeah. So, generally, if you look at any company, any startup for that matter, there are three things that are very important during the early stages. Number one is the talent pool. You need to be in a place where you can hire people very easily. You need to be able to scale up very easily. Number two is the market itself, right? You need to be in a place that is close to your customers. You can travel quickly. You can provide that support. Number three is not so much for the well-established businesses, but more for the early stage companies, startups, the access to funding. Right, so the ability to reach out to HNIs, the ability to reach out to incubation facilities to raise more money. So being in the tech business, like you rightly said, there is a dearth for talent in Mysore, but it is not that bad. Right, it's not that bad. There's decent talent in Mysore. We struggled during the initial days. But now we feel that the talent in Mysore is more stable when compared to the talent available out there in Bangalore. So the talent part is sorted out. After COVID, things helped because there used to be the Mysore salary, the Bangalore salary, right? So the Bangalore salary was 30% higher on an average. The quality of resources you would get in Bangalore was also higher. With COVID, what happened was it completely took away all this Mysore, Bangalore, Delhi salary. There's the market salary. Right? If you are able to pay the market salary, you can hire people in Jharkhand, you can hire people in Rajasthan, you can hire people everywhere. So the talent part is sorted out. As you can see, communities like TiE, STEP, SJC, they're all making time for us, for startup aspirants to learn more about the art of raising funding, socializing, talking to mentors. So that problem is also sorted out. And the fact that we are in the tech business gives us that unique opportunity to handle our market, handle our customers online. So in a way, there was no serious deterrent. to starting up in Mysore, and the fact that it is an education city, the fact that there is already support ecosystem inspired me to move back to Mysore.
Great. So Mysore, in terms of having a mental perception or in terms of reasoning of here being a good talent pool available and also being a city where why not Mysuru or Kodagu, right? It's not about mindset or physical differences. It's just about you can do it in Mysore. There is nothing to stop you. Good conclusion from this point. Now, one question to Adarsh. When you mention EdTech, I'm sure many people kind of averted their ears and thought another edtech company, right? Recently, we've seen so much news about all edtech companies going to a certain extent and then failing to deliver on their commitment and then falling back, and a series of negative things that are associated with the term itself. So when many giants couldn't make it through and they grew and they crumbled just as fast, how do you think NZ can build something lasting for India and for Indians?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, the term EdTech or any fancy term like FinTech, MedTech, InsurTech, if you see it talks about application of technology in a core field. The core field already exists. Education has been around for thousands of years. Medicine has been around for thousands of years. Right? The concept of insurance has been around for as long as the modern civilization exists. Agriculture has been around for thousands of years. Now, what different are we doing? We are still sticking to the core industry. We're trying to use technology to bring in innovation, to make things easy, for better reach, to increase scale and all that, right? So, the fact that one or two companies did well and failed fabulously or are failing fabulously in the recent past should not undermine the industry itself, right? So one of the companies in the industry grew quickly and then is facing issues, and the issues may not be because of the industry or the market. The issues may be because of their internal operations, their compliance, their mismanagement. There could be hundreds of things. And also, if you look at companies like Byju's or any of those that are in the news today, they are doing one aspect of education technology, right? If you see what is the product of Byju's, they sell courses. They sell courses to students, to aspirants of exams, and their product is the digital course. Whereas education technology talks about hundreds of different ways in which you can bring in technology into education. So Byju's is one small percentage of the overall market. People are not going to stop investing in education. It's an evergreen industry, right? So what may, people are continue to invest in educating themselves, increasing their knowledge, and in the process, if using technology helps make it better, effective, make it efficient, the investment will continue to increase. In fact, we are seeing that the global market for education technology has increased significantly in the last 3 to 5 years, especially after COVID. Non-believers in online education have started using LMSs and online platforms. So the market itself is going very strong, and the exact business a company like Byju's has been in seems to be the wrong business. So what we do at NZ or Excelsoft is very different. We offer technology solutions to other companies running their education programs. Right? If you see, Excelsoft or NZ does not have a B2C product out there that you or I can purchase. We work with large education institutions and publishers, enable them with their products. So I see these two are very different, and there's strong promise for education technology and investments of technology in education itself in the near future.
Yeah, thank you. So B2B is a strong point from what you're saying.
Exactly.
Now, going to Vinay from that, we've all heard this line, insurance are subjected to market risks. Please read the document carefully. So entirely people think insurance means it's risky. So we've established 2 points. Entrepreneurship is risky. Insurance is even riskier. So, well, what do you have to say about it? How are you navigating through this risky and even riskier business?
All right. So basically when you're underwriting an insurance product, right, you're underwriting on a AAA companies like LIC, HDFC, ICICI. of 65 years of privatization and 24 years of, 65 years of LIC and 24 years of privatization, one thing you will never hear a company going bankrupt or it is wiping off the wealth of a. So you will see a mergers and acquisition. In 2007, AMP Sanmar was there, so it was taken over by Reliance, now called Reliance Nippon. So we are taking a risk on an insurance company. We are underwriting, because they have done the initial underwriting and the medical, the financial underwriting. So we are only putting across the liquidity to a customer who needs money very, very badly today. So the risk is already been mitigated by the insurance company. So we are not doing the actual underwriting the way it happens in US, wherein if somebody is buying out policy, they do financial underwriting of a customer, they do medical underwriting of a customer. When is that customer is going to die, wherein the party who buys out makes money out of it? So it's the risk that we are taking on the insurance company.
Correct, but this is all so technical, right? It's so very difficult for many people to even understand that, right? So it is risky, but like you said, you are building it on a stable foundation, but it's very hard for people to understand and move out of the idea that insurances aren't a risky business.
See, basically what happens today is insurance, 95% of the people don't understand what products they have taken, right? Okay. That's where we come in, okay? We tell that, boss, these are the features, these are the benefits of the product. But more importantly, we are telling the boss, when you want money on your policy, come to us. So you can buy a TV on an EMI today, a phone or an EMI. Why can't you buy an insurance on an EMI? Ensure that your family is secured. So we do those things. Also, we tell that, okay, fine, if you need money very badly and completely come out of your policies, right? So we are still there. There are a lot of asset class who want to buy those policies. So we are still doing that. And risk, we are putting on the insurance company. We are not taking any risk on that.
Got it. As long as people and consumers understand that it is not a risky proposition, there is a good way forward. Now, to Dr. Chaitra, right? I have a question, right? Even you are the single representative audience of women entrepreneurs in today's event also here at TiE Mysuru. I just rechecked the agenda and she's the only women entrepreneur here, right? So, well, as a proof, while there is a lot of applause and appreciation and policies and everything, what really is stopping women from becoming entrepreneurs?
I really don't think there's anything that actually stops a woman from being an entrepreneur, because we women are capable of multitasking. We are much more capable at handling risks. We are much more capable in each and every way, I must say. But of course, being a woman, it comes with a set of challenges also. Like, apart from just looking and focusing into work, we also have to have a good work-life balance. We have to fulfill our duties as a mother, as a daughter, as a wife, and also in the career front, we have to be successful. Adarsh, I really don't feel that there's anything, that there should be any limiting force to stop a woman from achieving or fulfilling her dreams. She just has to take one step forward and face the world bravely. I really don't think, and I must say, like, people do say that, it's a male-dominated world, and once a woman steps out, like, they see to it that, she doesn't succeed and all that. I must say, I have been I'm an entrepreneur since the last 10 years. All my clients, because I deal mostly with planters, I deal with the agri-industries with my clients, most of them are men, and I must say, each and every man that I've come across in my life, not only in my family but also in the business front, they have been extremely supportive. So there's really nothing that can stop a woman from achieving her dreams.
Amazing. To all of the student who's assembled here today, I see a lot of students from various colleges, from all of the TiE institutional partners. Please take note of all of this. We would like to see more and more entrepreneurs fill this auditorium. All of you building for Bharat as they have. All of them have crossed the 1-year mark that I told about, where most startups fail. And there is a formula to how they've emerged successful in their ventures so far, and more power to them on that. Now, a quick round of rapid fire, and then I'll open up the questions to the audience. Just say in one word or a few short, words, a sentence rather. We'll start with you, Dr. Chaitra. Entrepreneurship.
Mindset.
Vinay.
A roller coaster ride.
Yeah. Adarsh.
Fire in the belly.
Amazing. Not jealousy, but yeah.
Yeah, fire to get things done.
Yeah. Okay, we'll start with you. Funding.
Funding very important, but not only from a money point of view. The person whom you are receiving the fund has to be a strategic investor. Be very careful. It's not just the money; it's the what else they can bring onto the table.
Not just the money. What else? Yeah.
Responsibility.
Great. Yeah.
I have never believed in funding. Sorry.
Okay. So self-made. You want to be bootstrapped, right? Okay. So with you, culture.
Way forward.
Very important. That's the heart of the company. That's what defines, the reputation of the company, the credibility of the company, how your employees feel about the company. So culture is very important.
Yeah.
I agree with Adarsh. Our culture is what our company is.
Great. Work-life balance.
I've been doing that.
Okay. What about you?
Well, I have my wife in the audience, so I'm yet to figure that out.
See, I told you all the challenge that we women have to face. He has his wife who can answer the question. So being a woman entrepreneur, it's the work-life balance that we have to manage mostly.
Yeah.
Important in the long term, but if you prioritize it at the beginning of your startup journey, then you're prioritizing with success and what can be achieved. So I think put it on the side for the first few years, and then keep it for the long term.
Yeah. Work equals life.
Correct. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. India or Bharat.
A lot of opportunities, bright future, the place to be in.
Yeah.
Place to be in.
Yeah.
The place to be in, yes.
Bharat, the place to be in and the place to build from. Okay, so a little on the personal side. Food.
Food. Mysuru masala dosa.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Actually,
they're all so much into their panel discussion topics that they can't think of the work-life balance aspect.
From entrepreneurship, you are asking where is your food coming from. Well, I love having a lot of sweets. So Mysuru Pak, basically.
Mysuru Pak. Okay. What about you?
I'm not a great cook.
Okay. All right. Your idea of fun.
So playing with my kids, basically.
Yeah. That's.
Traveling. I love traveling. So traveling gives you a lot of exposure, knowledge to what else is happening in the world. So traveling.
Yeah. What about you?
My family and friends.
Awesome. All right. So this one you already answered, but start after work experience. This is for most of the student entrepreneurs here. Start after work experience. Start when you're in college. Start whenever, or what is it? What is your formula?
I'll take a little longer than a word or a phrase, but I mean, at a high level, you see two kinds of entrepreneurs, right? So entrepreneurs who are prodigies, right? So they're extraordinary, right in their school days. They've stumbled upon a discovery. They just can't do anything other than starting a business. They can't work for other people. They are entrepreneurs by birth. Right, and they are prodigies. So for such people and opportunities where if you wait for a year or two, you may lose the opportunity. The market may move on. It's okay to start while you're in college, but by far what I've seen is most of us lack the maturity, lack the knowledge, lack the know-hows of the external world when we are in college. It's important for us to get into the job market, spend a couple of years, build that financial stability, also get that sense of what the world is all about, the corporate world is all about. Because when you are an entrepreneur, you'll start seeing big money. Right?
Is it?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not seeing
big money as in when you raise your first funds, it will be in the order of a few lakhs, tens of lakhs, maybe a couple of crores. As middle class people, most of us would have not seen big money. The moment you get your first check from your investor or 25 lakh payment from a customer, I mean, most of us go bonkers, right? So it's important for us to build that maturity, get used to easy situations, difficult situations for 2 to 3 years, build that maturity before you jump into entrepreneurship.
So you're saying with work experience?
With work experience. That's the summary.
Awesome.
Yeah, I believe the same. I think you need to work for at least 3-4 years. Get your immaturity out and then...
Unless you're a prodigy, like I said, somebody who's born to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm sorry, I differ with both of them on this.
No, you have to. At least one person is differing with one point in this panel.
I'm not a prodigy either. And I started right out, I started in my college when I was in my final year of MSc. This idea of being an entrepreneur struck my mind.
Yeah.
Because being a science graduate, we have very limited options with us. We either get into research or into academics or pursue our studies with a postdoctoral fellowship and things like that. We have very limited career opportunities. So right when I was completing my master's, I knew that I did not want to get into any of these. When I entered into my PhD, that was when, I started ideating on the different technologies or the different segments that I could actually work upon. And agriculture was one sector that interested me a lot because I worked on medicinal plants of Western Ghats region, on the HIV activity of medicinal plants, and that's when my interaction, my close association with the farmers and planters began.
Great.
And coming to the funding part of it, as I mentioned earlier, I'm a first generation entrepreneur in my family and I came from a middle class background. Funding was of course a major question, a major challenge I must say. But back then, like 10 years back, the government was not as supportive as it is now. I had to raise funds through personal loans, through bank loans. I even had to pledge some of my gold that was given to my parents during my wedding. Of course, all that was a challenge. But then, yes, I started off when I was in college, during my days of research, and I wouldn't say it was a cakewalk.
Yeah.
It was a struggle for like at least 3.5 to 4 years, wherein I could not even see minimum profits.
Yeah.
But then on, it started bearing fruits.
Great.
My message to the students over here, because you all have some brilliant startup ideas, the ones that were displayed here, I must say, like, you all are doing really great. Continue with the same zeal.
Awesome. So thank you for that answer. My belief on that is start from college itself, because then, hey, what do you got to lose? I said, Dad will take care of me until you retire, and then I can be more mature. So that's just me. So I think we have just about 5 minutes on this panel, so I'll just open up the questions to the audience. Just 2 questions maximum. Very sorry, but from being an MC for almost all of TiE events, I can say that please do not share opinions, please do not give prologue, please do not give context, nothing, just a question. Rapid fire. Any audience, 2 people raise your hands, just question in less than a sentence, please.
Rapid water question. You talked about the mindset. Now, how important do you think is mindset to be nurtured from home? And what do you think TiE can do to encourage entrepreneurship mindset?
Thank you, sir. Yes, please.
So yeah, mindset is very important. I think Dr. Chaitra mentioned about it. So it's very important to get out of the fear of failure mentality, right? The biggest enemy of an entrepreneur is the fear of failure. What if I fail? What if it doesn't work out? Right? It's important to groom children, hone children at home to get out of fear of failure. Second thing which is working in our ways in today's society, most of us don't pressurize our children to go find a job. Most of us have created that small little buffer for them to try it out. So that problem is solved. Unlike us, like when I was studying, my only goal after engineering was to find a job in Bangalore, start earning money. Here, the situation has changed. People are free to explore ideas. So, but that mindset, strengthening the mindset is very important at home.
So, I think mindset in a sense is more or less a fear that is being induced into the entrepreneur when he starts. most of the times, young guys who are sitting over here, they come saying that my idea will click and I'm going to do exceedingly well. But it's just that when somebody tells certain things to them, they keep diluting. When I look at TiE as an organization which are nurturing entrepreneurship, right? I think most of the times you people have helped to take away that fear. Tell that, hey, I'm there, I'll fund that 50K or 1 lakh, come in. And that's very, very important, I feel. And I was very happy when I look at telling my wife, saying that young guys at 18, 19, right? Okay, they are taking a check of 50,000, 1 lakh. I think that's the confidence that they are going to take it and then they are going to build things around. I think that's a great thing.
Right, thanks. Can we take any one question? If you want to answer, you can, but can we take one more question so we can close it?
I would want to take this question because Shabrishan sir was my neighbor when I was a little girl. Maybe I was just about in a 3rd, 4th standard. So he has seen me since then for a few years, maybe until I entered high school. When speaking of family in terms of inculcating the mindset, I grew up in a joint family of about 14 to 15 members, and I was never a confident child. I was never ever a confident child. I had a lot of inhibitions growing up. I must say that mindset gets cultivated over the years, maybe by our teachers also, not just from home, by our teachers, by our friends, and also by a lot of self-help, by reading a lot of books, by getting inspired, I must say self-inspired at times, and also by getting motivated looking at others, other successful entrepreneurs or other successful human beings. We become a better version of ourselves, and that's how we tend to develop a positive mindset in some of the cases.
Right. That's great, thank you. And students here, books are things that you read to get knowledge in addition to just being part of college classes and your textbooks. I think I'd have to set that context because I hardly see any youngsters reading any kind of books now other than their academic books. Okay, one last question, quick question. Okay. All right, so I think everybody has the whole answer that is needed to build for Bharat, and so let's together.
It's like the session was so convincing that nobody has questions.
And they're also hungry also. So thank you, Adarsh, Vinay and Chaitra, for this wonderful panel. Also an appeal on behalf of all of us, before you start building for Bharat as entrepreneurs, go and build the Bharat of tomorrow by voting in the upcoming elections. All of your votes are needed next week. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Adarsh, and all the 3 who made us proud more than before. I request Mr. Shabrishan CK, Charter Member TiE Mysuru, to hand over a memento as a token of gratitude to your own good neighbor, Dr. Chaitra Narayan. Yeah. I request Mr. Suri from TiE Bangalore on the dais to hand over a memento as a token of gratitude to Mr. Adarsh Sudhindra. I request Mr. Murali from TiE Bangalore to hand over a memento as a token of gratitude to Mr. Vinay Babu. A big round of applause to the panel Building Bharat. Thank you so much, everyone on the dais. How would we go without setting the context of TGS? Come on, the whole audience is expected to do the same.
ಕೈಲಾಗದು ಎಂದು ಕೈಗಟ್ಟಿ ಕುಳಿತರೆ ಸಾಗದು ಕೆಲಸವು ಮುಂದೆ ಸಾಗದು ಕೆಲಸವು ಮುಂದೆ
That's it is to pump your energy for this particular day of TGS. To set the context of the TiE Global Summit 2024 to the esteemed audience, TiE Global and Chair of TGS 2024 on the dais, please. And I also request Mr. Sanjeev Gupta, CEO KDM, on the dais to set the context for TiE Global Summit 2024.
ಗುಡ್ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಅಣ್ಣವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ಕೈಲಾಗದು ಎಂದು ಕೈಕಟ್ಟಿ ಕುಳಿತರೆ ಸಾಗದು ಕೆಲಸವು ಮುಂದೆ. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದಟ್ ಟು ಮೀ ಈಸ್ ದ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಪವರ್ಫುಲ್ entrepreneurship song that I've ever heard in my life. Right? And that's why I thought it's appropriate to start our conversations by sharing this song with all of us and to pump up the energy. But more importantly, I think the journey that we are embarking as India, as Bharat, Mysuru to the world, every other district to the world, we'll find a lot of naysayers who will say, Ivella agala bidrappa, Mysuru, Bangalore, Hubli ne, Ivella nadiyadalla anta. And the only solution to that is we have to stand up together and say, yes, we can do it. Right? And it won't happen if we just sit on our backsides. It will happen when we stand up together and say, let's make it happen. And to me, that is the spirit of TiE. And that is the spirit that we want to bring together at the TiE Global Summit in Bangalore and Mysuru. So really honored to be here, delighted to have the team TiE Mysuru host this curtain raiser to TGS. And before we get into what TGS is, my co-conspirator, partner in crime, Sanjeev, as the CEO of KDM, you know, when we started talking about this 1.5 years ago.
And CM of TiE Mysuru.
And CM of TiE Mysuru and TiE Bangalore. Right? So, Sanjeev, maybe you can just set the context.
You have pepped up a solid energy. I don't know how much you remember about the 2 years back when we started discussing about Mysuru mein kuch to karna hai, right? And then we have our great leaders, Pawan, Sudhanvaji, Ajit, Mahesh, Subsidiary. So many people stand up, Bhaskar, and said, let's plan something very different. Why? Because we wanted to make sure that the Mysuru is on the top agenda of everybody's mind, from entrepreneurship to the industries to the economic growth. Friends, in 2 years, what has happened? But something, little part has been happened here, but something bigger needs to be happened more. And what those bigger, smaller parts are? Number one, okay, fine. Ajit Pai said one day that we don't have a very good global technology center. We should have something like this. We are having a global technology center for 3,000-seater in Mysuru, a class infrastructure coming up now. What he desires comes through. Pawan said, no, we should have more electronics industry here. We should have more IT brands coming up here. We got some 10 new brands open the shop operations here. Are they big? Really, they're big in terms of positioning Mysuru. Not only this, in fact, Sudhanvaji said, we are making a relationship with the world. Can you create some twin city concepts here? So what we did is with New Jersey, with Germany, we are able to find, with Netherlands, we are finding out a twin city concepts between Mysuru this. The agreements, the MOUs, the letter of intents and agreements are in process. ये सब चीजें धीमे-धीमे हमारे settle हो रही हैं. But what's more missing is that how do we create an entrepreneurship agenda of Mysuru at the world level? And I requested at one point of time, in fact, at the board meeting also, we said we should have a Mysuru, the TiE University program that has been run by Mysuru. Give a hands off to Mahesh Rao. Now give a hand to Shiv. What an amazing work they did. Today, Mysuru is known for this purpose. Amazing work. Having said this, the global leader needs to come here rather than we going there all the time. So we said, if an entrepreneurship world event happens anywhere, I attended in Silicon Valley, I attended in Singapore, and in Hyderabad. If any of it happen, it has to happen in Karnataka, and
It has to happen in Mysuru as well. So Mysuru cannot be ignored at any point of time, no matter what. Yeah. And I will fight for it at that last moment for sure. So this is where we both agreed and we said, now let's do this. And hence the TGS is coming up. I think you should be able to say that the World Entrepreneur Olympiad is going to happen in Bangalore and in Mysuru. I will go back to Madan to describe a little bit more on that.
Thank you, Sanjeev. And before I do that, one of the things that we did 2 years ago in Hyderabad is we said, TGS happened in Hyderabad. We took a busload of people from Bangalore to Hyderabad. What started out as a 10-hour journey ended up being a 20-hour journey, but we had loads of fun on the way. Last year, several of us were in Singapore, and we had a plane load of people going from Bangalore to Singapore. Almost about 100 of us were in Singapore. So we said, why should the Mysore curtain raiser be any different? So we have a busload of a tempo traveler load of people who come in from Bangalore today to be a part of the curtain raiser. Can I request all the Bangalore team to just stand up and just shout out your name one after the other, so that the group and the KDM gang as well. Yeah. Gaurav, okay.
Siddharth.
So, the idea that we started out with is that it should be Karnataka, not just Bangalore, that is hosting TGS. Interestingly, Karnataka is the only state that has the maximum number of TiE chapters. We have, of course, Bangalore that started in '99. We're celebrating our 25th year this year. Hubli started in 13 and 10 years of Hubli. Mysuru started in 18. And we have the newest chapter of the block last year. Actually, starting April 1, we got a full-fledged chapter in Mangaluru. So we said...
And the one is pipeline now.
And of course, we are saying by December, we've been thinking that we should definitely get TiE Shimoga and TiE Kalburgi up and running. Right? And eventually, maybe in 5 years, 6 years, every district of Karnataka must have a TiE chapter. Right? And that's the spirit of entrepreneurship which is ready to be unleashed. And we want to use the TiE Global Summit as a fulcrum to do that. Right? So let me play a small, if we can play the video, please. If we can just play the video. We'll start off with that, just to give you a glimpse of what TiE Global Summit is all about. And then we have a brief presentation.
One of the video is coming up there. But actually, TiE Mysuru and TiE Bangalore are the co-hosts of the Global Summit here. So don't feel yourself that, oh, it's the Bangalore wala ka kaam hai. No, aisa nahi hai. Ye hamara kaam hai. This is our job and we'll make it happen. This is where we stand up as a Mysoreans. We say, nah, nothing is impossible for us. We're going to make a world different by making TGS here in Mysuru. So you compete yourself in Bangalore 25 years. 6 years done the journey for us. We will also compete a lot with you in making TGS much more successful.
Totally.
TGS 2024 is just not another event. It is a movement to unleash the boundless potential of human enterprise. Imagine all of us coming together to co-create the Olympics of entrepreneurship. 25,000 plus participants lighting up the world with the power of enterprise. Putting entrepreneurship first means to advocate the power of entrepreneurship as the primary driver of economic growth and social progress with various governments and other policymakers. And also to promote it as the first choice of career for all of our youth.
Thank you. So let me take the next 10-15 minutes and quickly elaborate on what we have thought of so far. The interesting thing is we're still in April, though it looks like TGS, December is still a long time away, but from our weekly calls that we do on TGS, the sense of urgency and excitement we have looks like it's coming up in a 30-day time frame. So time will move very fast. But what I really want is all of us, this is our event. This is, well, we are hosting this as Bangalore and Mysore. This is a global event, but it's all of us who will bring that energy and our thoughts and creative ideas to make it the best possible event. And to us, as I said, it's just not just another event. I think this is our opportunity, and the theme that we have from Mysuru to the world is a very apt theme. I think this is our opportunity for India to stand up and say the center of gravity is shifting of entrepreneurship from the West to India, right? I think we need a new model of entrepreneurship. In the next 10-15 years, we'll redefine the way entrepreneurship is being done and taught everywhere else in the world, and we have an opportunity to do so. And to our minds, we want this to be that spark that precedes that movement, right? That unleashes this movement. So that's the idea. And everything needs, our freedom movement got energized with the Dandi March, right? So to me, this is like the salt of entrepreneurship, right? So we need to kind of figure it out. How do we really make it the Dandi March for a new wave of entrepreneurship to hit the world, right? So what I will do is we will have a few slides. We'll walk you through that. All thoughts, ideas, especially all the youth out there, this is your event. 25 years, Viksit Bharat, many of us will be here, gone, wherever, who knows. But this is your time, and we really want each of you to participate wholeheartedly in this. We've chosen the dates of 9th to 12th of December, 9th, 10th and 11th in Bangalore, and 12th in December. The closing session, the showstopper, so to speak, is Mysore. We're going to have, so the idea is that we should make it the world's largest celebration of entrepreneurship. It is not just in numbers, but in spirit. Bangalore has it, Mysore has it. Of course, we have Hubli, Mangalore, all districts of Karnataka coming together. We've chosen a venue which can accommodate more than 40,000 people. Now you'll find where in Bangalore is that. Fortunately, we found a place called the Bangalore International Exhibition Center, which is also now getting connected by the metro. We'll have a metro terminating at the doorsteps of BIEC. That's the thing, right? The world should sit up and take notice of the noise that we're making here. That entrepreneurship is truly here in India. We don't need to introduce TiE, but for some of you, TiE has been around for 30 years, 60 odd chapters, 15 countries, over 25,000 startups supported. KPMG recently did a report where they've attributed over $1 trillion of impact that TiE has done globally over the years, right? And that's the power of TiE. The who's who of the global ecosystem have been trustees, continue to be supportive of TiE. We run several global initiatives. TiE, you just saw that unfolding right here. As we speak in Bangalore, we're conducting the TiE Young Entrepreneurs program for about 25-30 odd entrepreneurs. We are in the midst of the TiE Women Global Pitch Competition. TiE Angels, US and India have invested billions of dollars through TiE Angels, and various special interest group, and of course we'll talk about the TiE Global Summit. Current board of trustees from 11 different chapters across the world. This is the governing board of TiE Global. Interestingly, BJ Arun, who's a TiE Silicon Valley member, is a Bangalorean. So we have a lot of Karnataka, Bangalore representation.
Name itself is a Bangalore.
Yeah. B itself stands for Bangalore in his name, is what he says. TiE Bangalore itself has been around for 25 years. We have over about 1,000 members. We touch about 20,000 odd entrepreneurs through our outreach activities. Illustrious line of presidents. We are founded by Nandan as the founding president, and Kiran Mazumdar Shaw, Mr. B.V. Naidu, all as the founding trustees of TiE. TiE Bangalore again. The challenge in Bangalore is you throw a stone, you'll hit an incubator, accelerator, or if you throw a stone in the evening, it will fall into some entrepreneurship event. It's a very crowded space, but we're proud to say that TiE has been trying to create a space for entrepreneurs, and the beauty of TiE that all of you will know is that we are truly a non-profit that is of the entrepreneurs, for the entrepreneurs, by the entrepreneurs. There is no other vested interest other than to work towards a better society through entrepreneurship, right? And that makes the purity of intent stand out very well for all of us. So we've done a series of activities that will help entrepreneurs go further. As was shown in the video about 2013-14, TiE chapters are not coming together on one common platform. That's how TiE Global Summit was conceived, to say let's do an annual convening where we can all come together. What started out in a small way in Delhi has now grown into the 9th edition now.
Yeah, I want to add with you, Madan. This regions shows that the entrepreneurship is there. But fortunately, the entrepreneurship hub is in Karnataka, which was missed out here.
Yep.
And that's the reason that KDM is standing along with TiE to make it happen. We are not going to leave this crowd here. We are recognized as unicorns, sonicons, and 25,000 startups in the Karnataka. Recently, Inc. 42 published a report saying that almost 60% of sonicons are from Karnataka. Almost. Where are we here? So we thought now it's a high time. We should have this event, and that too, a historic event.
Absolutely.
A historic which can create a democratization of entrepreneurship lively. Over to you.
You've hit a lovely word which I'll come back. I was just waiting for you to tell that word,
okay.
The democratization of entrepreneurship. And that's what we want TiE Global Summit to be all about. This is the last 3 editions, Dubai, Hyderabad, about 3,000 odd delegates in Singapore, 3,000 odd in Hyderabad. And for us, Bangalore and Karnataka being the hub of entrepreneurship, it is but expected that we will do a much larger show than this. We've had several dignitaries come in. Bill Gates was our TiE Global awardee in 2020, and he had sent in this message when he was there with us. And therefore, that lineage that we saw, the 9th edition, we said must come to Bangalore, must come to Karnataka. And the theme that we debated, discussed, and chose was putting entrepreneurship first, right? It is not about just startups, it's about entrepreneurship. We heard wonderful stories of yoga, of Ayurveda, of the cultural history. Now, somewhere in the humdrum of Bangalore, we tend to lose the fact that these are startups themselves. These are areas that can really unleash the next wave of entrepreneurs, maybe using technology. So for us, putting entrepreneurship first means that it is about democratization of entrepreneurship. We want every one of the 6.5 crore people, citizens of Bangalore, of Karnataka, and subsequently of India, to believe and to root for entrepreneurs, right? We want it to be an entrepreneurship first society, right? What does it mean? We need as many entrepreneurs to succeed. We need millions of new entrepreneurs to be created. All of our young friends sitting in this audience, we want each one of you to go out and create at least 10,000, if not 100,000 jobs, right? Whether you be called a Soonicorn, Unicorn, Popcorn, it doesn't matter, right? We need jobs. We need wealth creation, and we need wealth distribution in a democratized way, right? And that is the whole theme that we have chosen. Policymakers have to put entrepreneurship first. Society needs to put entrepreneurship first. And youth, every youth has to think like an entrepreneur. Now, whether you be an entrepreneur now, later, it doesn't matter. But it's about putting entrepreneurship first. And that's what we want to bring alive here. Democratization of entrepreneurship, Sanjeev, has been a very passionate theme for you.
Thank you. I think this is an area where we believe that the new Bharat is going to come out for. And if we don't take step right now, we'll not be able to do it. And the first thing which is important is that if government can set up institutions in the districts level, etc., in Karnataka, yes, we can try to do this from a government side. But to be very frank, that is not going to be a sustainable one. We require an industry-oriented institutions. And what else? The TiE chapter itself is a great example of setting up those institutions. If we nurture that a little bit more deeper, work with them like a partnership, we'll be able to create much more sustainable growth of entrepreneurship in the local regions. And that's the way that we want to find. We have defined 9 important pillars. I'll not go deeper here, but 9 important pillars on which the democratization of entrepreneurship depends upon. And I'm very happy that TiE Mysuru ticks off on everything. It is there. It is there. Yeah. That's the beauty of the TiE Mysuru. Everywhere it is just putting it up, tick mark, tick mark. And that's making me a proud Mysurian as well. Over to you.
Wonderful. Now I'm getting a little scared about your the TiE Mysurian pitch,
more Mysurian
lovely. No, I think for the rich history that Mysuru has, there is huge potential for Mysuru to set the stage of how the future of entrepreneurship and enterprise must be, and it's only apt that we have to do it here. So this is the idea, right? We'll all be getting up for Paris in a couple of months' time. This is truly the Olympics of entrepreneurship. Well, Bangalore and Mysuru are hosting it. It is a global event, right? And I think that we need to keep in our minds, that it is not a Karnataka event, it's not an India event, it's a global event being hosted in Mysuru and Bangalore. We will need to bring in delegations from across the world. Our target is to bring in entrepreneurship delegations from at least 50 plus countries. TiE itself is in about 15 countries, but we are reaching out to Bhutan, we are reaching out to Bangladesh, we are reaching out to Ghana, and several others. We are creating something called as global entrepreneurship corridors. So one ask, any one of you know any entrepreneur in any part of the world, especially the global south, Latin America, Africa, ASEAN, Southeast Asia, we need to bring them in, right? And that's the outreach we are doing. Of course, we'll have people from the North American markets and the European markets, but I think there is a commonality that we can get to the global south. This is the plan, still under works, but we plan to have a massive inauguration in Bangalore on the 9th. Ideally, we should be having the Prime Minister be with us, along with several other dignitaries and several other global iconic entrepreneurs. A few of us are out in the Silicon Valley next week trying to give invitations to, you name them, the most iconic entrepreneurs. An invite will go out, and through some warm introductions. We plan to host a youth entrepreneurship and a women entrepreneurship conclave with a focus on TiE and TiE and women entrepreneurship. We also plan that it is not about the past, it's about the future. So on day 2, we are planning to bring about 30 to 40 global thought leaders. It could be, for example, Dr. Devi Shetty talking to 2 other healthcare experts from across the world on what's the future of healthcare. It could be our RBI governor having a chat with 2 other central bank officials from across the world on what is the future of money. So we're going to have about 7 or 8 themes on the future of. It could be future of culture, future of money, future of finance, future of banking, future of health, so on and so forth. And of course, we want to showcase the cultural power of Karnataka. So a Karnataka cuisine dinner, set of cultural events, etc. happening on the day 2. Day 3 will be a set of parallel tracks across multiple areas, fintech to agri-tech to green tech to climate tech to art and culture, so on and so forth. We'll have parallel sessions running, each with about 400 to 500 odd participants. We expect to have about 6,000 to 7,000 registered delegates and at least about 10 to 15,000 students from across Karnataka and from across the state coming in, along with VCs, corporates, investors, so on and so forth. And we plan to end that way with an interesting Bangalore. For some of us who were growing up then, was always a pub city. We want to bring that back. Of course, you can have fresh lime soda available free of cost maybe. But we plan to do a pub and a gupshup crawl in MG Road area that evening. So imagine about 5,000-6,000 of us in about 50 to 60 restaurants and pubs, and each pub being hosted by a particular TiE chapter. And we'll have some fun activities there. So it kind of brings the whole celebration aspect together. And the last day, we convene in Mysore. We'll come to the Mysore leg in a bit. But Mysore, we want to celebrate cultural entrepreneurship. Exactly the theme that we spoke about. What can we learn from our past that we can leverage for the future? And how do we do that will be the theme at Mysore. We are also partnering with a very interesting organization called the National Institution for Cultural Enterprises, NICE, which is set up by friends of ours. And NICE is helping us curate the whole cultural entrepreneurship part. We will end, of course, with the valedictory closing ceremony. We also intend to have the TiE Global Awards. Every year, Bangalore has been giving away the Spirit of TiE. We had the Global Awards in TiE Global Summit a few years ago. We are setting up a stellar jury, a global jury, which will decide on who are the top 5 iconic entrepreneurs that we should celebrate. And we intend to bring them into Mysore on the last day and salute their journeys here, right? So that's the plan.
And you're talking about the global entrepreneurs of those kind, not an Indian entrepreneur.
Not an Indian entrepreneur.
Right? Looking at top 5 global entrepreneurs.
Top 5 global entrepreneurs.
The other point to add upon is that in these days, before 9th and 10th, 11th, we're also planning to have one big event in the clusters.
Exactly.
I mean, at these chapters level, one in Hubli, one in Bangalore, and one possibly in Mysuru as well. So we need to think about of this. Right now, the whiteboard is open to discuss and frame that.
Exactly.
Right? But Bangalore is looking at more of how do we create a world culture of academic institutions, incubations, and entrepreneurship, coming together and talking about of what's happening around the world. So some of the big universities can come down, become their showcase and the startups ecosystem from their side, and bring that knowledge here to the India perspective. Likewise, something in Hubli and something from Mysuru. Imagine what you're trying to also bring it up is, in this journey, can we create an asset for Mysuru for annual global event, like what we have, let's say TiECon, Mysuru event is an annual event here. Likewise, this is a one-day event which is happening. Likewise, can we have one little bit gala event as an asset created by this process?
Exactly.
So tomorrow, TGS 2025 will happen somewhere else, but this global event in Mysuru will happen next year again.
Exactly.
And I think this is a forum that we can create that. So think on those lines, give your ideas, give us suggestions. If anything bright comes up, let's pick up that thought process. I request TiE Mysuru board to please look into seriously onto this part and see what we can come together on it.
Absolutely, and I think the whole theme of cultural entrepreneurship itself can be such a powerful theme for Mysuru that we've kicked off today, and that's the idea. So just as a quick thing, I mean, we were talking about, I'm just sharing a few slides about the inaugural, the Tate with icons. These are some of the past keynote speakers, so you can see the quality of people that usually grace TiECons and TGSs. So we're trying to reach out to a similar quality of folks. We mentioned about the youth conclave, the women conclave. By the way, this is another interesting thing for all of us. We're attempting to identify the top 100 startups from across the world that can go on to change the world in the next 5 years. And we want to curate it in such an interesting way that these 100 startups will be here. We will get them to meet with 200, 300 investors, and we will track their journeys over 5 years. Imagine 5 years later sitting in this room and say, hey, we picked this sector and that's how it's grown to be. So this work is already on. We want to receive at least about 1,000 plus applications globally and have a stellar jury select which are the top 100 startups that could make a dent in the world. So all the entrepreneurs out there, this is your time. Think this through, apply, and any interesting startup anywhere in the world, you know, you should encourage them to apply for this, right? Yeah, and we spoke about the global entrepreneurship corridors, the sectoral partner tracks, so on and so forth. Of course, we'll have space for about 1,000 odd pavilions, stalls, mentoring sessions, pitching sessions. It's going to look like a large mela on those 3-4 days. These are the sectors that we have chosen as of now. This is, of course, coming up on various partnerships. Deep tech will continue to play, AI, quantum computing, agri-tech, green tech, social entrepreneurship, culture and tourism. India's gift to the world of digital public goods, I think, can be a game changer, and we're going to have a lot of conversations around that, so on and so forth. MSMEs, bringing MSME tech into play. And how do you really energize the 60 million MSMEs that we have is going to be another large theme for us. The state has been completely supportive. Right in October 23, Mr. Kharge did a press conference where he announced the TiE Global Summit to the media. And we've got the state committing to be a state host for the event and coming in through that. Of course, all the co-organizers, KDEM, the entire team at TiE Mysuru, TiE Hubli, TiE Bangalore, Mahesh and team are already on calls starting a few months ago, And we only expect that a lot more charter members of TiE Mysuru join this journey. Lots and lots to be done. Lots more can be done. I was just sharing just before that, when we conceptualize this, just between us to give you a sense, a TiE Global Summit in the past has been seen a budget of around 8 to 10 crores. We said, let's dream big. It has to be 4-5 times larger. So initially, our budgeting is around 40 to 50 crores. That's the amount of money we have to raise. Day before yesterday, I was in Bombay. I met the deputy managing director of a large bank, and he looks at all this and says, I think you are pitching it low, way below. This should be at least a 100 crore event. I said, great, we need more supporters like you, right? So the opportunity is here and now. We need to make it a game changer for Karnataka, for India.
And I think when you remember, Madan, we visited these central ministries. Me and Madan went to the like a road show in Delhi, and just to talk to the various ministries from DSTs to METs and the other organizations. To my surprise, everybody was so excited that at least it is coming to Bangalore, and they were very happy to participate immediately. Right? They said, okay, fine, done. Let's do this together. The other thing which we and Madan were talking about is that we have done this bus traveling from Bangalore to Hyderabad. We have done flight traveling from Bangalore to Singapore. It's a time when the train from Jammu and Kashmir needs to come to Bangalore, from Assam to come to Bangalore, from Odisha to come to Bangalore and say, hey, I am going there. So the next step that we're going to roadshow is going to the states level and convincing them that you need to bring your startup ecosystem here because that's the right place for exposure. And the first one is happening on 23rd. We both are traveling to Jaipur.
Yes, so
with the team there who is there, almost everybody is there. Right, Ritu? Many of them, yeah.
Yeah, about 10, 12 of us are getting to Jaipur on Tuesday.
Correct.
And we're meeting with the minister there, inviting them formally to come and get a train. So the dream is that can we have, TGS express trains running from every capital of the state into Bangalore, bringing, truckloads or train loads of people.
I remember, थोड़ा बड़ा सोचेंगे तो कहीं ना कहीं तो पहुंचेंगे ना. So we'll definitely reach somewhere. Let's try for the bigger one and we achieve something of this kind.
Absolutely. So that's the whole, that brings us to the end of this, this particular segment. So the whole idea is that this is our time. This is a phenomenal opportunity. I think we need all of your energies to bring in speakers, sponsors, volunteers, support it. We want every entrepreneur in the state to feel proud that we are embarking on a massive movement. And I think that momentum will take us through into the next 25 years. That's what we're attempting to do. Look forward to working with each and every one of you to make this dream come alive. We still have another 7-8 months. Looks like a long time, but can go off in a jiffy. So everybody out here, do I hear a yes saying let's do it?
Yes.
Yes, once more please.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Before I end, I will, as Sanjeev was saying, we are doing a series of events run up. We did one on foodpreneurs the first time we did it last month. We had over 250 odd attendees spending a day. We are doing one on homepreneurs, on home decor construction. We're doing travel and tourism. We're doing one on MSME tech. In fact, TiE is also doing its flagship event called the TiE Matrix Summit in Bangalore on 6th and 7th of June. Matrix has been on, I think this will be the 9th edition. We are celebrating 10 years of Matrix. And Matrix is happening on the 6th and 7th. I have Rahul, who's here from the Matrix team. Rahul, just for a few minutes, if you want to just come and share about Matrix. This will be the deep tech IoT event, which will be very, very relevant for all of us. Rahul, you want to do a quick? Yes, so if I can just switch, but if you can just start off. And
Yeah, thanks, Madan. Thanks, Sanjeev. That's amazing. I mean, Olympics of entrepreneurship, and the Matrix Forum is the deep tech forum of TiE in Bangalore, and we've, I think, been one of the longest SIGs in probably anywhere in the world, that's been running. So we are having an event on 6th and 7th of June, and we try to bring together, this year's theme is Deep Tech, the Future Beckons. And we have about 6 themes that we are going to be focusing on. Can I just have the clicker? Yeah, I'll come this side. Yeah, so this year we're looking at sustainability and IoT, blockchain, Web 3.0, generative AI, agri-tech, and design for manufacturing. I think we've had a long time where we've been, been a service nation. I think it's time to become a product nation. And I think also leveraging data is a key aspect, right? So we have a track which we're calling Next Gen Wave of Serdux, which is service and product has to be together. It cannot be separate. So some exciting, areas that we're going to be spotlighting this year. And what Matrix tries to do is bring the entire ecosystem together. So we have some speakers. I'll show you past speakers later. Incubators, MNCs. Yeah, you can throw a stone in Bangalore and hit an incubator, so it's not been an issue to pull them in. And then, of course, venture capitalists, academia. So the Global Summit is not just a talk show, as our differentiation is that we go deep into topics. And so you'll see right at the bottom, you'll see in the middle here, we have master classes, workshops, where we'll have it for design for manufacturing, blockchain, humanoid robots, Gen AI, and around that, we will have, of course, visionary keynote speeches, an opportunity to network. Startup Awards is a key aspect for us. And so if I go to that, Madan, the first thing I want to say is Madan has kindly said that for this summit, whoever are the top winners will get to participate in TGS, an automatic entry into that. So, this is a great opportunity for all startups, all youngsters out here who have companies to use this, to leverage this event, right? And I can tell you that the names of the companies who have startups that have, succeeded and have won in the past are the who's who of deep tech startups, whether it's Sun Mobility, whether it's Garuda, whether it's Aether, etc. The list just goes on and on. So we were the ones, I can say we are proud to be the ones that discovered them, spotted them, and then brought that visibility to them. Yeah. Just some of the speakers, so we get a good mix of global and local speakers. Yeah, do join us. It's, as Madan said, a run-up to the event, and look forward to everybody participating in it. Thank you, Rahul. Thanks, Madan.
Thanks a lot, and we'll end with that. And if there are any questions, the entire team is here. We have all of our secretariat, our board members, charter members, organizing committee. Everybody is here. Happy to have conversations over dinner. Thank you. Thank you, Sanjeev.
Yeah, thank you, Madan.
Thank you.
Yeah, and huge round of applause to the entire TiE Mysuru team, Dr. Mahesh Rao, Mahesh Katale, Sudhanva, Ajay. I mean, the entire team has been rallying around on this. Lots more to do. Let's have fun. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Madan Padaki and Mr. Sanjeev Gupta for enlightening the audience about TGS 2024. We from TiE Mysuru assure the support in making TGS 2024 a great success.
Thank you, Mr. Madan Padaki and Sanjeev Gupta. Now I request both of you on the dais, Mr. Madan Padaki and Mr. Sanjeev Gupta. I request the charter member from TiE Mysuru, Sanjeev Gupta sir himself, to hand over a memento to Madan Padaki from TiE Mysuru. So a big round of applause to Mr. Madan Padaki and of course the team from TiE Bengaluru. On the counterpart, I also request Mr. Madan Pariki to hand over a memento to Mr. Sanjeev Gupta. Sir, we have. Thank you, both.
Other members from Bangalore just to come up.
Mr. Mahesh Katale.
Standing between you guys and between you and the dinner. So they've given me 10 minutes and I'll make sure that I'll use all of it. So you can work up your appetite a little more. I believe there's a nice dinner waiting for all of you. It's been a great evening, or starting with the afternoon. I think the entire theme obviously was about entrepreneurship, and nothing could have started the program better than the fact that Mr. Arunachalam talked about trial and error. Right, so every entrepreneurship, or in fact, even if it's an entrepreneurship, it is something that has to start with a trial and error. Unless you try, you never know whether it would work or not. That is the basis of all your entrepreneurial journey that you guys have to believe in, that you have to try and try and try till you succeed. If you don't try, you will never know whether you will succeed or not. Subsequent to that program, we obviously had the honor of presenting the Lifetime Achievement Awards to two of the great Mysoreans, Dr. Alok Gupta and Dr. Jagannath Shenoy. Both of them shared their experience, particularly Dr. Alok Gupta talked about some of the principles that has guided him. I hope some of you young guys, the entrepreneurs, will actually pick up some of those philosophies in life and inculcate those into your startup companies as well. We had a great panel discussion on culture that involved Dr. Raghavendra Pai, Dr. N.V. Krishnamurthy and R.G. Singh. And again, that showcased what Mysuru brings to the world. And this is again, when we have the TGS, the TiE Global Summit, part of the Mysore leg of the TiE Global Summit, the culture of Mysore, the culture of Karnataka, and the culture of this entire state is the one that is going to be the focus when we come to Mysore. And of course, congratulations to all of the TiE University program winners. And then we had some great panel discussion with Dr. Chaitra, Vinay Babu, and others, Sudhindra. Now, the TGS, the TiE Global Summit, we called it curtain raiser, but the curtain has now risen, but now the show has to start. That is where we need your help. That is where there is a great opportunity for all of the entrepreneurs, or even the students who are here. When, just imagine 25,000 people coming into Mysore on the last day of the program in December. They need people who would actually be guiding them through the city of Mysore. They would be looking for ideas to say which places should I go to Mysore and to see, and so on and so forth, or places to eat. I think it's a great opportunity, in my opinion, for students to intern or to maybe start looking at how they can be part of this guiding the quote unquote the tourists or the delegates who come to visit Mysore. Last but not the least, a few other people, obviously this kind of a program would not have been possible without the help of all of the TiE members, particularly the student members and the associate members. On behalf of TiE board and the TiE organization here in Mysuru, I want to thank all of the sponsors who have been listed here. Without their help, we could not have managed to obviously pull off anything of this scale. The media, of course, we are very, very thankful to media for giving us the coverage both prior to the event as well as what may be covered tomorrow and the day after. I also want to thank Kishan and Vidya for doing a phenomenal job of comparing the evening today. I want to thank Mahesh Katale. Where is Mahesh? Oh, right here. Mahesh Katale. Why don't you guys come on stage? I don't know where Kishan is. All right. This is right here, Kishan. A round of applause for these three people, please. They have put in a lot of effort over the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks trying to pull the program agenda together and of course to present it to you. Finally, thanks to all of you for staying back and listening to all of the speakers and the panel discussions. Hopefully you will take something, some very nice takeaways from this evening and incorporate those into your entrepreneurial journey as well. Last but not the least, I want to thank all of our guests who have come from TiE Bangalore as well. It is a pleasure to have you and hope to see you again more frequently than what you have been so far, and definitely on 12th of December. Thank you very much, and you guys all have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Mr. Bhaskar Kalale. We are now heading towards a networking dinner. Hope you all had a very good time so far. Wish you all have a great networking dinner ahead.